Told you. We're gonna hang out.
Are we talking
Watch
like
a movie.
a bushel, dozen?
A dozen? How many things have
Take some pictures.
Love is Blind Season 6 USA is like beating a dead horse. I've done most of these seasons, starting from Season 2. I didn't know Season 1 existed because I actually had a good year that year. But ever since people have been telling me about Love is Blind, I have been driven to alcoholism and resorted to many other bad things that have ruined my life because of the show. The existence of Nick Lachey makes me sad, and the fact that he has a partner who's more annoying makes me depressed. But anyway, Season 6 of Love is Blind. A season so frail and brittle that I wish I never watched it. I actually just watched Love is Blind Sweden because so many people told me to. I did a deep dive on that. You should check it out if you haven't. But that show is so different compared to this. The American people love so differently in all the wrong ways. I didn't think that was a thing. But Love is Blind Sweden may come off a bit abrasive at first, but everybody seems to get along on that show. On this show, it is wild. So today I'm doing a deep dive into Love is Blind Season 6. Strap yourselves for another long video. I normally drink for these, but it's 2024 and my resolution is not to do that. So I'm going to raw dog it. Okay.
You just show me that you love me. Hello?
Ladies!
Obligatory, just random screaming. People have to pretend like they know who Nick Lachey is. I mean, honestly, it's like knowing Randy Jackson as anything other than from American Idol. Where is he from? Like, I don't know who he is. Nick Lachey, really?
Guys, grab a seat, grab a seat.
That guy's clapping. He just entered a room and he's like, good work, dude. You entered it right this time. Does he deserve that much applause? Nick Lachey is known for doing this and then saying things.
Welcome to Blind.
I dance for a lot of guys.
I'm a guy. I feel like a guy. Good people.
I basically cut up most of the stuff because, as usual, and as I've noticed from Love is Blind, of course there was drama, but the drama was all warranted. Like, I never felt like in Season 2 that I was watching the show and it was dragging. In Season 6, I wanted to drag my balls through, like, glass because I really did not want to watch the show. And just getting through the beginning and pretending like everyone else has not seen Love is Blind or is going through the motions again, Nick Lachey starts explaining it like we didn't watch 5 other seasons. Okay guys, you're gonna be in a pod. Then you're not gonna see who's behind the wall. After 5 seasons, the 6th season, I feel like you need to reinvent things. When there's new superheroes, they invent things. When there's new games, they invent things. You're just doing the same stuff.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Chelsea.
My dog's name is Chelsea.
No way.
So I'll take you to the first contestant. His name's Trevor. He's a meathead. He likes to think of himself as not a meathead, but he's a little bit of a meathead. He's also got a mullet, but he's not Australian, so I have question mark. And Chelsea is the other contestant. She says she looks like Megan Fox. Other people say no. No. So that's what I know. But Trevor starts off with the most risible line of all time. Oh, your name's Chelsea? My dog's name is Chelsea. That's just hot. That's what every girl wants to hear. Oh, shit. My grandma's uncle's name is Terry. You're sexy now.
And what is your name?
My name is Trevor.
Trevor.
Yeah.
My dog's name's Trevor too.
I didn't think it would work. So each of their dogs' name is them. Isn't that just beautiful? That's romantic. I don't know. Chelsea, I'm trying to make love to you, okay? Through a wall. Everything's weird.
Trevor, I want to know more about you. Tell me 5 things that make you smile.
Dogs. Dogs make me smile.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. He's Trevor. Dogs make me smile. Chelsea is my dog. 4 more? You said 5? Did I say dogs? Okay.
Great answer.
A very sunny day.
Ooh.
Butterflies.
Okay, he's actually talking like he's Lenny from Off Mice and Men. Butterflies, sunny day. He's talking like Ed, and Eddie, actually.
Stop!
This is a weird answer, but we're gonna go with a good love movie.
Okay, like what?
Goodfellas, or Schindler's List, a good romantic movie for the ages. One where you can hold your girl and she'll be in tears at the fact that you even took her to see this.
Notebook, duh.
Naturally.
Yeah, what are your 5?
I love a sunset, a good cold Coors Light, and add those together, forget about it.
That's 3, and at best 3, because that's just 2 and you combine the other one. He asked for 5. I know that I'm calling him the meathead, but seriously, Chelsea, what the hell was that? He said, your top 5 things. He was like, Coors Light, and my day ends there because I wake up with a hangover 2 days later. And I watched The Hangover, and that movie is more like a documentary. It's relatable.
Wasn't that Gandhi that said that?
My name is Chelsea.
Chelsea, I'm Jimmy.
How's it going?
The thing is, Chelsea's the early #1 because she is in the pods and she is the hot topic. Besides Trevor, she's also dating this other guy called Jimmy, who's 27. And I mean, like I said, man, when they started the show, I mean, the people looked there. Hey, Jimmy looks like he has a 27-year-old.
I want to explore. I've made it a goal of mine to travel. I decided I want to go to every NFL, NBA, and MLB stadium.
Love it.
Hold up, I'm sorry. He said his goal was to travel, and he said, my goal is to travel to every NBA stadium. I mean, if that's traveling, bro, you could just take a car. All right, that's the American dream, you know? I'm gonna visit every stadium I can. I'm gonna see Tom Brady do it. The American dream. I'm gonna see the Grand Canyon, then I'm gonna live it and put my family in the Grand Canyon.
I am an event planner. I just hosted my first wedding.
So we're gonna take all your wedding recommendations when we get married.
Yes, sir.
So Jimmy rizzes Chelsea up by throwing in the obligatory "we're gonna get married" thing. That's basically part of the starter pack for Love is Blind. As soon as one of the guys hears the girl say anything about marriage, he'll be like, yeah, that's what it's gonna be when we get married. Easy points. You just scored a bucket. Free throws. Good stuff, Jimmy.
How old are you? Am I able to ask that?
I'm 28. How old are you?
28. I'm 27.
When is your birthday?
So then we move on from Chelsea dating a few people to Jimmy now dating another person, and her name is Jess, and she is a firecracker. What I'd like to say is I don't know if I can really listen to her voice and remain sober. So could Jessica Alba fill in for her for a sec? I mean, she's got a lovely voice at it.
Scorpio. What are you?
I'm a Capricorn.
Okay, we're compatible. I actually don't know that, but I'd like to say we are because I like your voice.
I've never been complimented on my voice ever.
With good reason, let's be real. Let's be honest. I'm sober. Jay-Z said it in that Grammy speech. He said, when I'm nervous, I get honest. I mean, I'm a bit nervous. I've been feeling anxious recently. I'm gonna be honest. What the hell is that voice? I know you can't help it, but help it.
I feel really good about you.
That's good. That's good to hear. Because that's aggressive for me to say. It's really hard to say like, oh, my wife is here.
No, she is.
All right, so Jimmy and Jess actually are developing some chemistry as well. Jess and Jimmy, Chelsea and Jimmy, and Chelsea and Trevor. They should be easy names. I don't know why I pretend like I couldn't. I mean, I just came from Love is Blind, Sweden. We had Rasmus. Actually, it's easier to remember more unique names. Get unique names, Love is Blind.
Matthew, hey. I'm Jessica.
I have questions written down and they're numbered 1 through 15.
Okay.
So if you want, you can pick a number.
Give me 10.
So there's a guy on this show called Matthew, and I think we can all agree Matthew is not good. Took me a long time to come up with that, but the point is, I don't know, like Trevor might have Riz calling a woman his dog's name, but Matthew saying, I have 15 questions, pick one. Acting like you're the Riddler behind the wall, like unless Batman with a hard-on is behind that Love is Blind screen, you're not really making anyone like you. Honestly, dude, I've never heard someone in Love is Blind start questioning people like they're taking a polygraph test or something. This is crazy already, Matthew.
What is something you think you excel at in relationships?
My loyalty and devotion. What about you?
You know, I was just going to ask the questions. I wasn't really anticipating getting the same one back.
They finally did it. They got ChatGPT into a person and it started asking questions and couldn't figure out how to respond when someone asked the same question. Good work, Matthew. You went on a show willingly called Love is Blind, in which presumably you would date someone, and the off chance someone would date you back, they'd ask you a goddamn question. You couldn't answer it? Oh my God. This man has no hope. This already, like within 2 minutes, no hope.
Oh my God.
Yep, just dude talking to the wall. This experiment, I didn't really know what to expect, but I knew it.
God, Matthew looks like a fucking building block. He looks like Wreck-It Ralph character. Why is his shoulders like that, man? What is this body proportions? He's a financial advisor. Okay, that makes a little sense. He asks people, he's an analytical human. Like, okay, so on the dating spectrum, you get different types of personalities. Matthew falls into the category of numbers. His personality is a numbers thing, and he's gonna ask you some question. If Matthew came out and he was like, I like numbers, so can I get yours? This woman would be just behind the wall. She'd be like, Matthew. He couldn't say any of that. anything like Matthew.
I do have a list of 15 and you can pick a number.
12.
What is one of your current short-term goals?
I do want to meet the love of my life, someone without them judging me and me judging them.
All right, so my boy Matthew is, he's clearly got no game. He's 36, he's on the show. He's on his last, this is like his SOS, his call for help. And he decided Nick Lachey is the guy to help him, which is the wrong decision. Objectively speaking, even Stevie Wonder could see that's the wrong decision. So I don't know why you were looking for love here, but you're not gonna find it. And anyway, Matthew hasn't really advanced his personality to be able to be compatible with random people. I get social anxiety. I am very nervous to talk to people, believe it or not. But I'll tell you what, I wouldn't come on a show willingly and have no game, prepare nothing. Oh my God, that's crazy, Matthew. That is like hosting a dinner party and then people come over and you say what's for dinner. That's crazy.
I think just from like knowing that you're gonna be judged, I definitely will say that I can relate to those reservations 100%. You're gonna be judged is always a little bit, you know.
So then Matthew does the shittiest thing I think I've ever seen in Love is Blind in my whole 6 seasons. He asks a woman a question and she proceeds to answer in detail. She's just doing her thing. She's being real nice. And for some reason, I guess it bores him to get an answer that, I don't know, he doesn't want to hear something. And he leaves without telling her, which is such a shitty thing to do. What? Matthew, fuck you.
Well, everyday life, people judge too. You know? Are you there? Matt can kiss my ass.
Well, it turns out I'm wrong. She said that Matthew can kiss her ass. So clearly he did riz her out. Damn, I gotta walk out on people more often. God damn. Good work, Math.
Love and all this stuff. I even feel uncomfortable even saying that word. This one's been requested a couple times to try to be something different. Maybe first interactions isn't my strong suit. I would like to get better at it.
That's good, Matthew. I mean, if you want to get better at dating, you go and start dating people. If you want to be judged, then go on a television show in which you have no riz and come off like a douchebag because you're not socially adept enough to handle emotional situations. I don't know what to tell you. You're 36 years old. You're 36 whole years old, and you're still getting past that. There is no age limit for this, but being incompetent and then choosing to go on a show, damn. He came with 15 questions and tried to find a wife out of it. That's crazy. Never since 50 Cent's 21 Questions has a man rizzed up a woman so good, but the problem is 50 Cent not only could rap, but was buff. You feature none of that, bruh.
This is completely out of character for me. You have nice energy.
Thank you.
If I can find my wife from this experience, and I guess that's something I'm willing to do.
If you can find your wife from this experience, I can get a wife. Means that I should, okay? I should.
Superman had a cold personality to start off too.
Yes, but that motherfucker could fly. He also didn't exist, Matthew. You're gonna compare yourself to Superman? Was Superman 36 years old and single and probably living with his mom? Was Superman that? That sounds like a super douche, basically.
I'm Matthew.
Hey, Matthew. My name is AD.
So in the most unlikely pairing of all time, Matthew strikes a connection with a girl called AD who, for some reason, gives him a chance. And she and him, like just on paper, it doesn't look like it could work, which just made me want it to work so much more. And I saw this interaction, and the whole time my mouth was open because I was like, Matthew has zero game. How is he even able to hold a conversation? But it seems like he did well enough.
What are you looking for?
I'm certainly not doing this to become a C-list celebrity.
You've made a lasting impression.
This is like awkward for my personality.
Did someone go to Matthew's house, drag him by the collar of his very tight shirt, and be like, here's Nick Lachey, you need to sign up for Love is Blind. If not, I am going to blackmail you until you die. Because if not, why did Matthew wake up one day and say, I'm going to sign up for the show? Only to say things like, I don't want to be a C-list celebrity, and I'm not good at stuff like this, I'm not good at talking to people. If you don't like heights, why would you jump out of a plane? You know what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying? Cats don't like water. So I don't see them in the aquarium swimming being like, hey, this is crazy to me.
Like, I'm a small town country boy. Population is 600 people. Typically riding dirt bikes or four-wheelers. Showing emotion is weakness. Being in a dating pod is...
I don't even buy any of that shit anymore. I gotta be real with you. Ever since people were like, I come from a small hometown, I don't know nothing about anything. Yeah, maybe in the 80s, dude. You're currently living in a social media world. You know how things are. And you're not Amish. And if you were Amish, you wouldn't be on Love is is Blind, you'd be on Love is Amish, and we wouldn't see it because they don't have any technology. They're on season 35, I heard. Very good. Ezekiel is winning. No.
But I'm here, so I think give me a little more time. Maybe I can win you over. Or
Is that something you want to do?
I'm gonna try.
I feel like you are a great guy.
Well, I appreciate that.
So somehow Matthew manages to have enough of a humanity aspect to his conversation that he realizes maybe I'm doing things wrong. Maybe I shouldn't ask people from 1 to 15 how they feel about life. And he's a bit more real to AD. And he says he's going to try a little harder, and he sort of wins her over. And it seems like a sweet moment, right? But it's Matthew.
Stop dating these players and these athletes. I don't really give the nice guy a try. If I see a red flag, I'm like, oh, well, I'll just paint my nails red to match.
Yeah, so AD is basically like on her own quest here. And she's like, I only date players and ballers. Matthew is a nerd and a bitch. And I can tell that through a wall. So first impression, she's like, I already know he's white. He wears glasses. He's probably in his 30s. Not a bowler. Not 50 Cent. Probably more like savings account. I don't know.
But I really want something real. Hello?
Hello. What's your name?
My name is...
Just then, we move on to AD's next match. And it couldn't be further from who Matthew is. His name is Clay, and he's one of the cool people. He's like the player of, well, I was gonna say 90 Day Fiancé, but this is Love is Blind. Objectively a better show, subjectively a worse one.
My name is Amber, but I go by AD.
AD, all day. Welcome, ladies.
I'm stealing that. Her name's AD. I'm gonna call her Anthony Davis. I'm just gonna change her name every time. If you can call her all day, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard, I can call her Anthony Davis. She's one of the best players for the Lakers basketball team right now. Good work, Anthony.
This is Smooth 107.1 coming to you on a smooth line of Love is Blind.
What?
It's like two ends of the cringe spectrum. On one end, you got a guy who's like, question 1. How do you feel about love, and is it really blind? And I won't answer that question when you ask it back, so don't even try me, AD. And then on number 15, you got this guy going, all day. I'm like a smooth radio player, and I'm trying to get into your lair. Just two idiots. Like, come on, bro.
I feel like I like...
Hold on. Wait.
I actually feel sorry for AD. Like, these are slim pickings. You have to pick between two whack-ass people. I don't know if people like Clay. Maybe he gets better later on, but that first impression, that's not even who you really are. Nobody's like, hey, my name is Jimmy, and I work for 105 Radio. Like, talk like a human being, you know? I know you're behind a wall, but you don't have to pretend that much. Like, if anything, that should make you more real.
You like that? He was like a hard rock, and then I started talking to him, and he like opened up, and then he's like, I would love to talk to you again.
It's actually so crazy how none of them even cared about him. But the minute someone was like, yeah, I got to his inner core, everyone was like, damn. Like, playing hard to get seems to work, which is why I'm taken and married.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, yes, this interaction. Yep, so she's on one hand, she's like, Matthew is a good guy, he's not the player. Then she knows Clay is like a smooth talker, and he comes in and he's like, all day. And then he starts laughing like an evil genius, and she's taken. She's like, this guy's smooth. He's smoother than baby's ass cheeks.
I think Clay is a ladies' man.
I will admit I've been looking forward to talking to you all day.
Yeah, so Clay is a ladies' man, and Matthew is, I wouldn't even say a man's man. I don't even think he's not even a people person. I don't even know if he is a person.
What is your favorite music genre?
Oh no, here's the deal breaker.
What music genre do you like? Oh no, oh my God, oh no, oh my, what the hell is going on? What is my music genre? I don't know, human. Ask him like a simple question. Just anything for this man is like too much. Just pretend. Just say you like Aaliyah. You don't even have to know what that even means. Come on, just say something.
Shit, we had such a good run. I mean, I like rock music. I also listen to just instrument-only music. What about you?
That wasn't even that bad. He likes rock music. It's not bad, but that was a very general answer. Probably could have won some brownie points if he said some band names, but I don't think in his planet they even have that yet, so.
I like hip-hop, R&B. I actually do like classic 80s rock.
Oh, well, shit. I mean, she likes classic music. I've never heard of that genre, but once I find out what it is, I will let you guys know. But classic sounds like when you're in Holland and you put those shoes on, and then you start like I think that's classic.
Little twisted sister.
Is that weird?
Now, I used to get in a lot of dance-offs.
So then he does name a band. He says Twisted Sister, and she's like, have it. You know, I would feel like, oh man, 80s just, she doesn't know anything about rock music. But she could have been like R. Kelly, and he'd be like, whatever letter you'd like. So I don't think so.
Wow.
I got in a dance-off with this guy, and he was killing it, and I'm like, oh crap. So I did a split.
Matthew.
And I tore my hamstring.
Then, okay, so Matthew proceeds to tell AD the hardest story of his life. He got into a dance-off with another guy, and then did a split and broke his legs. But I guess AD seems to like the story enough. I don't know if she's humoring this guy or she really genuinely likes it. I don't know. He's sort of winning AD over, and soon she'll have to make a choice between whether she likes Clay, the ladies' man, the suave, smooth guy, or Matthew, the human, question mark.
That I could see myself with. It's familiar.
Have you spoken to your daughter?
No, I haven't talked to her.
So Jessica has a daughter. She's 28. She had a daughter at 18. It's not necessarily like a big sell point. It's not bad to have a kid. We're on Love is Blind. It's actually not the worst thing being like, okay, well, I have had a kid from a previous relationship. That doesn't mean that you're a worse person or be looked at or loved any less if that's what you see. I think we're grown-ups. I think we all know this. The funny thing is that she hasn't spoken to the damn kid. Have you talked to your kid? No, have you? Okay, well, I guess we both haven't. Anyway, Jimmy over there.
Ew, not me getting emotional.
Have you talked about her in a pod?
I haven't, because that's not something I just like toss out there.
Yeah.
And then one of the girls actually asked the pivotal question, have you talked about it? Because like I said, it is completely okay. It is admirable, it's noble, it's fine. But in the same sense that it's fine, it should be okay that a person hears this and says, I don't know if I'm ready to commit to that because that is a decision you made before me, and I'm not sure if I can honestly commit to it after knowing that. So it's a good question to ask and a good conversation to have. And I think just being honest, being open will find you your right person, because if someone says no, it's probably someone who will be absolutely okay with it. And neither person is wrong. Because we're all just trying to find what it is we can be compatible with. There's no point finding someone who's like, yeah, I'll take care of your shitty kid, and then have that attitude. You don't want that. You want someone who's really going to be there for you. So hopefully she brings it up with the right person, but I think she's only talking to Jimmy, so hopefully he'll take it well.
Today's the day I know I have to tell Jimmy. Hello?
What's going on?
My husband.
Do you know if she was talking to Trevor, she'd be like, I have a kid, and Trevor would be like, with me? And she'd be like, no, how would that happen? What? I wish she talked to Trevor. He seems like I know he's a meathead, but he's like lovable.
Wait, oh my God, ew, I just said that out loud. Ew, I'm sorry, I did not mean to say that out loud. I have a 10-year-old daughter.
Bro, she just said it like, I have a 10-year-old. Oh my God. Yeah, she shits a lot. Do you want to be her dad or what?
How come we didn't talk about that earlier?
Because I want people to like get to know me as an individual first.
I want to waste people's time before I say the words, I have a daughter. You know? I want to get in there. I want to make someone love me and then say the words, I have a daughter. Then make you rethink if you're capable of doing something at 27 years old. If you're capable of handling a 10-year-old kid and having another kid with me. You gotta deal with the fact that I not only slept with another man, but she's proof. Don't say it like that, okay, Jimmy?
Even though I'm so proud of it, it's my greatest accomplishment. I want to talk about it, but you know, we haven't talked about like...
What is your take on that, guys? Because the intent is fine, of course, like I understand that. But would you say something like that, or would you hold it back and then have that hard conversation later because you know if you told enough people that it would scare them off? Is that not holding back the truth? Is that good? Is that bad? I don't have an opinion of it. I don't think I'd be mad if someone held it back. I don't think I'd be mad if someone said it straight up, personally. But I don't know. How do you feel about that? That's an interesting question. It's kind of a gray area, isn't it?
I totally get it. I wouldn't want you to throw that at me first thing. By the way, I'm not, that's not a deal breaker for me. And
okay, so Jimmy takes a little time to process it. He says, look, it's not a deal breaker and I'm glad that you said it when you did. So Jimmy seems to be fine with it, and it doesn't seem like deception. I don't think that was the intent anyway. That's pretty good. I understand how she could see how guys think about that. I also think if she's really proud of it, she might as well just say, I have a daughter, straight up. I'm sure people would be like, oh, that is so cool. So If she loves the daughter, that's really all that matters, right?
Broke up probably a year after she was born. We co-parent great. He's still part of her life.
That's good. That's great.
It is great. So yeah, no, I was never married.
Come on. Would you rather have someone tell you that they have a child with someone else or they used to be married? I mean, that's also a thing. Sometimes both, sometimes neither, but like, she said it like, you know, I have a kid, but never been married. I have a kid with someone else, but you know what didn't happen? Daddy would like to see a ring on the shit.
I want to be.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in, so I've got to really think things through and figure out really what I want.
Imagine being a software sales dude, signing up for Love is Blind, and then like the next day you're like, damn, now I have to take care of a 10-year-old. I didn't think I'd have a kid already. I don't even know this woman's last name. That's crazy. I mean, like, that's a big deal, you know? You just go on a show, you're like, I'm trying to find a wife. Now I got a wife and child. What? That's something to think about, man.
To just kind of lay out there. That's pretty important, but...
So Jimmy's having the time of his life. He's got Jess, and she's beautiful, but she says she had a kid. Jimmy's like, okay, that's fine. Then he speaks to Chelsea, and it turns out Chelsea has a secret too that she's been holding out on him. For some reason, she picks the same day to tell Jimmy. So back to back, this man is hearing one of his potential spouses be like, I have a kid, just wanted you to know. This one, she's been married.
And it could be a red flag, but it's a part of my journey. I got married when I was very young.
How young?
I was 18.
18, the age when everyone makes a couple mistakes. Or mistakes with a couple, you know what I mean? Like, God damn, Jimmy, you're the only one who like came out clean when you were 18. Like, 18, I was trying to wake up on time. I was in my final year of high school. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, not who I wanted to do. God damn.
We were married for almost 5 years. It was just not my person.
It doesn't scare me. To be honest, I heard bigger news that scared me a little bit more.
Jimmy holding that cup like a chalice, like, man, fill her up, buddy. I'm gonna be drinking all night. Imagine being like, I'm married. I got married at 18, and he's like, yeah, I've heard worse. All right, anyway.
I don't want to lead you in the wrong direction if I want to collect my thoughts, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's okay.
Chelsea.
Sorry, I'm just emotional.
Is it a requirement to wear clear heels on Love is Blind show where the first seemingly 5 to 6 episodes you don't see the other person? Point is, Chelsea starts crying because she thinks that Jimmy is being mean, even though Jimmy has just heard out that, you know, someone has a kid and someone's been married. His 2 potential partners had potential partners before him, and in very, very serious ways. So that's a lot for a 27-year-old software engineer manager to take in, realistically. But yeah, Chelsea's probably not gonna get that, and it turns into like, she's sad.
I don't know, I was nervous to tell you that. I told him I was divorced, and it was like, his reaction was super weird. I don't even know.
Okay, well, she doesn't know, but everyone's consoling her. And so, like, this is the thing with Love is Blind Sweden had a few moments in the pods. It only lasted a few episodes, by the way. The pods didn't last 6-7 episodes. These ones last 6 episodes before they get out the pods. It takes so long for people to make these damn decisions, and there is so much drama. In Love is Blind Sweden, there was a few moments, but at no point did they stop blaming the other people. The guys didn't blame the girls. The girls didn't blame the guys. And the thing in Love is Blind America that has just mind-boggled me for seasons is when girls, you're dating someone else and not understand the whole experiment is that you date enough people and then you settle on the one you want. It may be like real life to some, it may not be like real life to others, but it's a show. I know you're really looking for love, but like at least do the thing right. Like if there's 18, 20 people, date them, see which one you like. The fact that he chose you in the end is a good thing. Same thing with the girls. If the girl's dating like 5 guys and then chooses one at the end, don't be mad. There might be other competition, but the point is she's choosing you. In Love is Blind Sweden, they were like, okay, he might be seeing more people, and they were like, fine with it. But in Love is Blind America, it's like, you're dating more than one person? You're supposed to only date me in these pods. I've known you 3 days. Can you commit? Oh, you have commitment issues. What the hell is your name? Matthew, what's your last name? Sure, I don't know it, but if once I know it, I'm gonna take it, because I'm getting married to you by the 5th day of knowing you. Love is blind and also stupid.
Time is fun time with us. Yes, if you take me to like a family member's funeral, I am going to be 100% serious and like support you and be there.
Good work, Trevor. If you go to a funeral, you'll support your spouse. Wow. Who the hell would have thought that, Trevor? That mullet is covering up all of that IQ points.
Do and be there. But like, life, those are small moments in life. Like that.
Dying is a small moment in life. I will console you, but I will say, get up. He's dead. He won't be here tomorrow. I will. Please make me food. I'm hungry. I will be like him if I do.
Ooh, look at the, like the box thing with the question mark. Let's do that.
Have you ever told someone I love you but didn't mean it? If so, why?
Was that a question from Matthew in the box? That sounds like one of Matthew's Riddler questions. Why are you guys playing the Matthew board game? You'll be bored if you play the Matthew board game.
When you're in high school and you tell them you love them, you have nothing to base it off of. So in that moment, it definitely is love to you. But then you meet someone who is a little more serious.
Okay, I just want to stop Trevor there. He doesn't actually understand what he's saying. Let me just break it down a little more, but honest mistake. He was basically asking, have you ever said you love someone and lied? That's a intentional thing to say. What he answered was saying that when he was 18, he fell in love with someone, and at 18-year-old Trevor, he loved them. And that's not lying, that's the truth in that moment. So it's not intentionally saying you don't love someone, it's not knowing that there's a bigger scope for love, and as you grow, you'll find someone who's more destined to your capabilities. It's not that people don't love you sometimes, they just love you in the moment, and then when the moment's over, they grow. It's hard to admit, but people and humans sometimes grow apart. It's lovely. And it's rare and it's beautiful when you find someone who's growing in the same direction as you. And that's why it's hard to find. That's why every time I see people just randomly shacking up, I'm like, are you sure? Sometimes? Like, I mean, it's not my call, but like, okay. And sometimes it's great to explore and to find out what you do and don't like. Dating's not a bad thing. Trevor just didn't have those words, so I gave it to him. Now, Trevor, back to your box game.
Have you ever been like close to getting married?
Well, I was married.
Oh, so you would say that was close?
Are you really like ready for?
Yes.
The thing here is Chelsea says that she's married. She just drops it on Trevor and he's like, okay. And I don't know if he fully processed that, but I think he did. And then at the end, she's like, well, would you get married to me? And before she even finishes, he's like, yeah. And Trevor has only dated Chelsea, which is kind of sweet. This is a lovable meathead, I'll say that. I've got a lovable meat. Okay. Oh yeah, there's another couple on this. I forget their names. They're cute enough, but you know how there's always the one couple you're like, good for you. This is those. That's these ones.
The guys, they all drool. She's a bad mamacita. I really want to meet her.
Okay, Macklemore, enough. Hey.
Oh, shit.
What?
I ripped my pants.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
Okay, I love one person on the show, and his name is Jamal. He only appears in this whole thing twice, and one of it is to say, rip my pants. Jamal, if you're watching this, you the man, I love you. You're the only contestant I've said that to.
Like, Love is Blind, like, I get it. Trust me, I get it. I just wanna...
Okay, so we're back. We're back to reality. AD all day is with Clay. And he's basically admitting the thing that guys somehow refuse to admit on this show. People like appearance. And, you know, I can completely understand. Why would you go on a show called Love is Blind, a show that actively tries to disprove that you need looks in a relationship and then feel like you're in a relationship? I don't understand why Clay's on the show. I don't get it either. But Clay is basically saying looks matter. And like in a reality sense, it does. On this show, why would you do it? But even in Love is Blind Sweden, all of the contestants were like, I hope she's good looking. I hope he's good looking. And if it didn't work out, it didn't. And when it did, it worked out really well. And for them, it actually seemed to work. Even at the reunion, all of the people were together. One of the couples were having a baby. And it was sort of like, okay, they were very honest with each other. And I feel like the American audience takes it as an insult when you're trying to be honest and communicate. So on one hand, I can see Clay is just like, I'm just like, bro, why are you saying this? And on the other hand, I'm like, oh, okay, it's probably good to actively communicate how you as a person work, regardless. Although I don't know why you'd be on this show. I'm saying I can see both sides.
In what way do you want to talk about appearance?
I just have to be attracted to you.
Do you have like a specific thing that you're hoping comes through that door?
A big fat ass and some nice lips. There, I said it. I'm telling you, this is what guys like. I personally also like kind eyes. If you could have all that, you'll be good. What do you want? I'm going to be with you for the rest of my life. I need a pillow to sleep on. You know what I mean?
Naturally, I would say I kind of lean towards more like petite. My favorite attribute is like lips, but... I said it in a more gangsta-licious way. Fat ass, nice lips. You know you got a fat ass. It's not even a bad thing. A girl with a fat, you just a compliment. But I understand. I fully understand what AD is saying. You come on the show, you sign up to a show called Love is Blind. If you sign up to Love is Braille, don't be like, I can't read Braille. I really like seeing things. Don't do that. That sounds like so shallow and all that, but if I'm gonna propose, that's something I need to know.
Regardless of the emotional connection.
Regardless of the emotional connection, you know?
See, this is where I disagree. I don't think it's regardless. I think they have to be together. Like, I don't think I've ever truly been saying like, oh yeah, you're really attractive and that's all you need. Or I'm really emotionally connected to you, but I don't find you physically attractive. I feel like I need a balance. I know that a lot of people, especially, I can only speak from guys' perspective, and I feel like a lot of guys that I've talked to need that balance. They need to find the person attractive. But what is attractive is subjective. So if you go on the show, ideally you'd be willing to be like, well, I'm ready to part with all my values or all of the things that I usually like so I could try something new. So I don't understand why Clay's saying this, and AD sort of has a right to be like, what?
I could be literally anything, and like somebody like trying to guess exactly what I look like is a turn off for me because that's not what we're here for. I have so much more to offer.
Understandable. AD, I fully understand that she's picking her side. Like, I feel like if this was Love is Blind Sweden and they established that, it would be different. And like I said, on that show, I watched these contestants be like, ooh, I'm a really shallow person. I wonder if she's good looking. I even saw a whole thing where two contestants were talking about how one person felt shallow, that he even had these feelings, and the other person was saying he was stupid. And I thought that was really stupid to call someone stupid for admitting they have these feelings. However, when you're on a show that doesn't require you to be on the show, but you actively go on it and then say these things, it does seem like a bit of a dumb thing. It seems a bit shallow, doesn't it? To be on this show saying this. You might as well go to Too Hot to Handle. Those people know they're dank.
I should have took my ass home.
I mean, I'll just tell you, I've been thinking about you like all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Matthew is trying to riz AD up by saying things like, I've been thinking about you, and usually what I think about is how many digits there are in pi.
Oh my God.
I wish I could see you.
I wish you could see me too.
He sits like there's other people on the seat. Have you ever seen a dude sit like that on an empty chair where he seems squashed? Come on, brother. I'm not saying you have to have the most riz of all time, but like, you don't have to sit like there's two ghosts that are fat squashing you, man. Come on, bro.
What is my greatest accomplishment? Finding you.
Oh snap. He just pulled out some riz from his ass. Oh my God. I didn't know. I did not recognize your game, sir. I took my beanie to you. Good work.
I think I have enough personality that I could keep you entertained for about 42 years.
Ooh, that's all I need.
Yeah, and he did the calculations. I mean, it sounds like a joke, but that book is literally calculating just about work. 42 years before one of us calls it quits. That's about all the time I need to piss her off. Okay. Oh, God damn. Bro, they're gonna censor this. Why did you make that sound?
There's nothing that we can't conquer after this, because this is insane.
And there's my favorite quote from all 6 Love is Blind seasons. There's nothing that we cannot conquer because this is insane. That is a sentence that doesn't even try to make sense. It turns out this was insane because Matthew has been two-timing. Turns out this man has so much riz. I was so unaware of his riz. He calculated the riz he gave to each chick. 2 balls, 1 dick. That's Matthew. He been secretly dating this other girl. We didn't even know about it. And nobody told us about it. Love is Blind kept that from us because they wanted us to find out, like, AD, this man's been doing it?
Who'd you have?
Matthew. He talked about like asking my dad, and if he can't do that, like he'll leave. He did talk about action. Do you need to draw me a map so I could come get you?
Damn! So he's rizzing up people from behind the scenes. And like, I don't know where this came out from, but like 2 of the people that he talked to really liked Matthew. So I'm deviously impressed, to be honest. Ah, yes, in episode 2, the thing that I hate is that in episode 1, they don't get through all of the contestants. In Love is Blind Sweden, they introduce every character in the first episode, so you know what you're getting. In episode 2, you're not like getting introduced to people. I feel like I watched 1 whole hour. Like, you could absolutely put all of the contestants that I'm going to need to know in that episode. I think that's just a huge oversight. And I watched season 2 of Love is Blind. I thought that was the best season. It had Shane and Shake, Deepti, and some other people, and I thought it was great. I thought it introduced all these characters. It had perfect amounts of drama. It stopped when it needed to. It had its sweet moments. This show is like episode 1, drama. Episode 2, new contestants. Some new drama, old drama. Episode 3, let's add random car crash sound effects. I don't know. Let's just play around with the audience. See who gives a shit.
I have 2 robot vacuums that are running 24/7.
Shut up, that is so hot.
Fields and fountains more than mountains.
Yeah, there's the guy, Macklemore, from the last episode. Now he's turning into Billie Eilish or something. I don't know.
Like, I feel like a fucking idiot. You know what he said to me yesterday? If it's not you, then nobody. And it's not like I don't want you to talk to her.
He probably read that from a goddamn label like yogurt. If it's not you, then it's yogurt. I don't know what Matthew's been rizzing up. I don't know what he's got in his little Riz book. He probably wrote down some catchphrases, some pickup lines, something like, how to sext. Oh, that is so hot. Take it off for dad.
The same explicit shit? What game are you fucking playing? I had a rough start.
Why?
I've just been hearing some things that just sound super familiar.
I mean, like, in AD's world, this is crazy because she's actively trying not to date a player. And she got turned off by Clay. She said, I'm done with Clay because he is just someone who cares about my appearance. I'm gonna talk to Matthew. Meanwhile, Matthew is saying like, oh, I wanna meet you, I wanna meet your parents. Now it turns out Matthew might be the player after all. Don't hate the player. Hate the players.
Like conversations that you've been having that just kind of sound like the same conversation that we were having.
Dude, he's pondering. He's thinking of his next move like he's Bobby Fischer or something in chess. If she says this, I can move this there. If she does this, I can counter with that. I can manipulate. I can gaslight this bitch.
You're talking about Amber?
Yeah.
What I said to you yesterday was not what I said to her today. I think I have to make a decision.
Don't tell me.
I'm gonna tell you. And to make a decision today, I would choose you.
Wow, okay. I don't know actually what happened. Like, at first I was like unfamiliar with his game. Now I'm unfamiliar with his speech because he was just like, no, that's not what I said. Even though 2 of the same people said the same thing, that pretty much confirms that is what he said, but he did like Shaggy. He denied it. It wasn't me. She even caught me on camera, it wasn't me. And she fell for it. She's now back wrapped around his finger. He could have been saying the same thing to the other girl on the other side. I don't know.
Don't give up on me.
I really manifested this. I was a nerd earlier, you know?
Okay, well, I guess in a change of events, AD is now on the side of Matthew. She really likes him. She's still talking to Clay for some reason, and Clay says that he manifested this, and I thought he meant the relationship, but he manifested becoming a cool person, I guess. He said that he used to be a nerd, so in a weird turn of events, AD dating Matthew is the player, and Clay is the nerd? Crazy.
I just need somebody to believe in me.
Not you making me emotional. Had a conversation that was like personal and intimate. He was literally like, you want the proposal at the end of the day.
Things are going great, but then AD brings up Matthew. And this sets off Clay. His ego, his emotion, his masculinity is questioned because he is being challenged. And I would tell you, a man who is secure in themselves says the words, you can do what you want. You will come back to me because I know I'm the right choice. I know I'm the good one. Clay is insecure. That's why he explodes on AD, not in that way, and is basically like, Matthew?
He was literally like, you want the proposal at the end of the day, then just leave right now.
Are you not feeling me or you are?
Remember when Genghis Khan and Christopher Columbus and Gandhi's shit said that? Are you not feeling me or are you are? Huh?
Well, what love triangle am I in? We could have that transparent convo.
It's me and you and Matthew.
I don't even, Matthew? Oh my.
Yeah, Clay doesn't even know who Matthew is for a second because he's so transparent. He's genuinely, he's like Parasite. You don't even see him. Clay absolutely loses it. He goes bonkers because he's like, what? Another man likes you and you like another man? I said all day.
I don't understand, like, am I not, like, saying the right things to you? Like, we not having the right conversations? Like,
what? Am I not allowed to contemplate?
No, you absolutely are, AD, and this is an experiment in which you should be allowed to choose the person that you like based on their merits. You also have the complete autonomy to do so because that's what you signed up for. This dude getting in his feelings is a bitch move. There's no other way to say that. This dude walking around in circles just doesn't know how to process his thoughts. Men need to learn how to control their emotions. So do women. We as humans and adults need to figure out a way to actually talk about things without imploding on the other person and making them feel like it is their fault. It's not easy. We're young, we're figuring it out, but AD did nothing wrong here.
I'm telling you, it's not seeming like that, girl.
It's not that I don't like you like that. I had a stronger connection and maybe it was just stronger in my head.
The way that you fight says a lot about your relationship. It always will. They're pretty much saying like, yeah, look, everyone gets along during good days. That's the cool part. Everyone's fun and has fun. When you're actually having the hard times, is this someone that you actually can stand to fight with? Because fighting is inevitable. We're gonna have altercations. People are going to disagree. That's human nature. Can you actually communicate how you'd like to fight with a person? Can you understand them when it's hard or you're not feeling them at their best? Because if you can't, then that calls into question how you guys are gonna get along. Because the good times are easy. The bad times are inevitable. And can you make it through without damaging each other so much? That is food for thought. That's serious.
My ego is fucking with me so hard, but I'm really trying to be very understanding. Hopefully I see you tomorrow and we can talk about it.
Sorry that I couldn't give you what you needed.
That's all you got?
Clay has been mad, but he does say, let's reconvene, let's see what your decision is. I thought he was gonna blow up a little more, but like, yeah, like not the best way to handle things, but you know, humans are humans. Things happen.
Because of Matthew. He's like, Andy, what the fuck is going on? He said another man told you to leave.
What do you mean? I need you to be so for real with me right now.
This is how people talk when they're 30. I need you to be so for real with me right now. What do you mean? I thought we left that when you were like 16. God damn. I don't know if I like that. I need them old school. I need that girl who's like, oh my goodness, my knickers are in a twist.
Matthew accepted to leave with him tomorrow.
Apparently Matt is a sleeper. This guy never talks. Like, I can't even imagine him having any type of emotion like
this. Guy's name is Drake and he's a video producer. Oh, can you imagine being on Love is Blind? What's your name? My name's Drizzy Drake. Nah, yeah, I mean like it is, but like, no, I'm not.
One thing I don't like doing is having competition with like other men that I don't think is of mine. Like if it's like Drake, honestly, if it was somebody like you, I'd be like, yo.
I've never seen Drake at all. They never show him at all, except for this moment in the entire series. And he's like, yo, man, like Matthew, I don't respect him. But like you, Drake, man, I mean, if you took my girl, I'd be honored, really. Drake hasn't said anything this whole show. I don't know anything about Drake. The mystery of Drake. Basically, Clay's gonna be beefing with Matthew. Matthew doesn't know what beef is or how to do it, and AD is just crying over people. Amber also is having a little bit of an Amber alert because she doesn't know what to do. It's not a love triangle, it's a love rectangle, and put the emphasis on wrecked.
Ooh.
But I don't see it, so don't get excited.
Say it.
I don't even know if it's MGK's wife.
God, I thought she said it's MGK. They were talking about like celebrities they look like, and Jimmy says he looks like someone. So if you guys could leave in the comments who you think Jimmy looks like, because I don't know which celebrity this man thinks he looks like. I can't think of anybody. They don't tell you at all in the show. I scrubbed back and forth to check. I can't figure it out. But she said she looked like MGK's wife, Megan Fox, who's not the wife anymore. Does she look like Megan Fox? Not really. I can see how people say that.
You're saying you look like Megan Fox?
It's just because I have light eyes and dark hair. That's the only reason. There's nothing else.
It's just because I have brown skin and black hair. Shah Rukh Khan. Sick barometer for how you look like other people, but anyway.
I'm on the floor. I always sit on the floor.
But I could be very surprised. You might have like a mullet.
Trevor does have a mullet and he finds it funny when people recognize it. It seems to me like as I'm going on watching, Jimmy is seeming like closer to a person that Chelsea wouldn't date as opposed to Trevor, because everything that Jimmy's reacted to in a negative way, Trevor's sort of reacted to with a bit of grace and glee. And he seems like someone who could probably just lift her up and keep her up. And it seems almost evident to me.
Are you okay? I mean,
Even asked the words, are you okay? Very good. I'll take you back to that guy Macklemore and his wife. He marries her. Things are great.
Amy Tiffany Lenska.
Yes.
There we go. He's a good guy. I actually like, I have nothing against him. I don't want to even mention you in this amalgamation of crap because you seem like nice people. You know how I said Love is Blind in its 5 seasons has been like serviceable enough to be okay? I know. If you've made it to this far in the video, if you've watched my channel, you know one thing about me. I don't finish off series that I don't like. I started Love is Blind season 5. It finished me. I watched the end of that show, but I didn't want to. None of it was fun. And since season 2, I haven't had a season where I thought, wow, this was good. Season 4 was okay. Everything else was I will say that the music has been bland, boring, sucky, and shitty for the most part. But never has it sounded like a whale fornicating with the devil. That's what this music is. I never want to hear it again.
Good morning.
You know Amber left, right? I would assume that's about me.
Well, that would be audacious of you.
That's not?
I mean, everyone has their own reasons.
Oh, God, I was just listening to the crap music. Matthew comes into the pause, and Matthew is absolutely broken up, and AD is wondering why, and he says, Amber left because of me. Now, this is where things take a turn for the question mark, because I thought that Matthew said that if he had to choose between 2 people, he would choose AD. So here I am sitting down thinking this man rizzed his way into a woman's heart, managed to date 2 people, 1 left. Whoop-de-doo, he didn't even have to make a choice. But it turns out this man's not happy about that.
What's your thoughts on us?
I mean, I still like you. I felt like it was kind of being like played with a little bit.
You know, America, they do love a good underdog.
Am I watching The Boys or something? Why are you talking about America? Is he running for president right now? God damn it, I knew Love is Blind was gonna turn political.
And they do love comebacks. I think I now got the entire country of America on my side.
It's on Netflix, motherfucker. People, I'm not even close to America.
I just don't like the way that you sound today. I don't think you really want to do it with me. Do you feel like you've had another connection with somebody?
Yes.
It's not fair to you that I can't commit to the plan that you want?
I've never seen a man rizz his way both in and out of a woman's life before. He got AD to be like, yo, it's me and you, AD. He got her to moan through the different side of the screen, then said, okay, now that I made one woman leave, I'm gonna leave as well, so nobody gets to be happy. I thought this dude was like, I'm gonna fight for you. If I had to choose someone, it would be you. Then he was like, but if I really have to choose someone, I guess it's the door.
So I'm done, and I'm really sorry.
I'm really sorry too. This is like really unfortunate.
America's gonna be watching.
Okay, Matthew. Well, I'm gonna head out.
America was watching that day, and there have been some beefy comments about Matthew, which I will read to you later. I'm gonna like at least tell you where these people are by the end of it, because I feel like we all want to know. At this point, he leaves out. Amber leaves, he leaves. So Matthew basically takes himself out of the equation, I guess. And that's how the episode ends. Amber leaves, Matthew leaves, and AD is left alone with Clay.
I got these walls up. Everybody got this perception.
And also Clay crying, being vulnerable in a moment that I didn't expect because he was just sitting on a couch. And, you know, while I appreciate the vulnerability, trust me, I do, but there, you know, I do expect certain situations to be like vulnerability free. Like, for instance, an elevator, when I say, what floor are you going up? And then the guy's like, it's only downhill from here, and then starts crying. My floor is 2. Like, you know what I mean?
I know my glasses have a tint on it, so a lot of people don't see my eyes when I'm going through. That I cried all day.
That's the guy. That's the guy I like. That's the only other scene he's there in, and he cried every day. He cried all day. He even said people don't see his glasses through his tints. Those tints were so easy to see through, bro. You want a hug, dude? If you're crying all day, you can come and get a hug from me. You know, hope you're okay, buddy. Hope you're okay.
I really like spaghetti, so I'll make her that.
So episode 3 also features Jimmy getting into some hot water again. This time with Jess. She's talking about her child. She's talking about spaghetti. Things are going great. Jimmy is cracking his knuckles, but she hears it from the other side and she's like, oh, you piece of shit.
Are you cracking your knuckles?
Yeah.
That didn't just happen. Oh my
I'm
God.
trying to see how mad you get.
Were you consciously doing it to get on my nerves?
No, he wasn't. He was just cracking his knuckle. You're gonna do some things that you ain't even seen. If Jess actually got with this guy, he could just be sitting around. She's like, why would you be sitting around? Why don't you do something? So, whoa. I mean, damn, if you can get annoyed at your partner through a fucking wall, imagine seeing them in real life. That's depressing. Jimmy, you can't crack your knuckles, okay?
What's wrong with you?
I wanted to see how you acted.
Doing it to get on my nerves?
He said that like a liar. I wanted to see how you acted. That's why I did it. Hey, I fucked this girl because I wanted to see how you'd react. You don't take it that well.
It makes me cringe. That's an ick for me.
Can we have a cutoff age for the word ick, please? I don't mind that the kids are saying it, you know, I don't mind that. 28, have a kid, the kid's 10, the kid's saying words like ick. Maybe don't. I'm not gonna say the word dank, you know. Hey son, show me the dank memes. Your mom and I are trying to get hip with the times, okay?
What is your social media following like?
And it's already a problem when she asks a question and you have to nervous laugh at it. But this is all a leading question. Now, I gotta say something. Like, I don't know how people deal with people like this, but I tell you right now, I am a person of social media. I don't like it too much, but like, I'm on it. It's my job. People follow me. They're going to follow me. Some people say some really super stuff, okay? Some people seem to like me, even though I look like a gargoyle. And guess what? If you're the person who belonged to me, you're gonna have to get used to the fact that some people, believe it or not, find me not repulsive. And I gotta say the same thing. If I have ever dated a girl, I've never been insecure enough in myself to be like, okay, why do you have people on your page that you like? Why do you find other people attractive? I understand, she's human. As long as she comes home to me at the end of the day, I'm fine. I'm secure in myself. I wish that more people would like this, but social media really drives people to that effect. And I'll tell you what, if you're with a good partner and you're doing a good job, I don't think they would even care about someone else. So I'm never doubting my ability personally to make someone feel like there's another person that they could do better with. And if they do, absolutely go to them. I would never be mad at that. The thing that I do get mad about is when other people start controlling. When girls are like, you shouldn't text other girls. Or guys are like, why do you have so many guy friends? What's gonna happen here is just basically saying, if you look at another girl, I will cut your cojones off, okay?
Asking you that because it's been an issue in my previous relationships where people want to look at half-naked women for fun. That's part of your attention that I'm not willing to share with you.
She's the type of girl who like watch a movie with this guy and then you see like a topless woman and she slaps him and she's like, what are you doing looking at that? Okay, if this man's buying OnlyFans stuff, if he's going onto IG Models page and like creeping, liking all their posts, commenting, ooh, hot emojis, everything, all right, you might have a point. But if you're scrolling through your damn Explore page and Instagram wants to try and keep you on their site by giving you some eye candy, is that the biggest problem you have? That's all I'm saying.
I don't want you to feel lust for anyone but me. Like, there's a difference between like appreciating a beautiful woman and then just being disrespectful.
Absolutely, I completely agree. But saying the words you want someone to lust after you and completely avoiding the fact that someone loves you and understands lust is not a viable or desirable trait, and a trait that you should kill, and a trait that is susceptible to men. It is not indicative of what a man is. It sometimes is a sin that they have to face, a vice that they might have to overcome. Shouldn't be a bad thing. In fact, it should be something you should actually maybe consider. But yeah, okay, I mean, at 27, this guy has to accept that you have a kid and not lost after people at all. That's steep already, I gotta say, in my books, but hey, I'm not Jimmy. I just know what I stand for.
Not an issue with me, I'm not like...
It's one thing if it's like pops up unsolicitedly, but if you go out of your way looking for it...
It's not even a fucking word, I'm sorry. Unsolicitedly is not a word. If you can't... Okay, no, that's fine, that's fine. Nobody, hey, you're in America. I'm from South Africa. Why would I know English? You know English, you're from America, you know American.
And it's like a constant thing.
Yeah, like if it's on like my Explore page.
Really, I have absolutely zero tolerance for that.
Okay, perfect. So if he gets unsolicited nudes, it's fine. But if he asks for them, then it's a problem. And I can fucking agree. Sure, If this man is dating you and then asking someone to send that ass, then you have every right to call him out on his fucking bullshit. I just like an equal playing scale.
I know that you're still dating other people, and I want you to continue doing that. When and if you did choose me, I want to be first round draft pick like you are for me.
There, okay, well, she does end by saying something that I think is admirable, and I think that's pretty good. Jess says, hey, look, while you're in this experiment, date everyone, see who's the best candidate for you, but if you make the choice, be sure it's me. And I think that is completely fine, and I fully agree with that. That's what I feel when you're dating someone. I feel like until the point I say I'm gonna marry you, and I know this is more like an unpopular opinion, but some people really have these second choices. Some people don't figure it out until it's way later. I'm not gonna hold everyone accountable for their mistakes. I'm personally not that person.
We're all dating each other. I'm dating you just as much as I'm dating them.
Pretty much.
Yeah, she just said he's dating Trevor, and Trevor's gonna say some dumb shit. I know that mullet's got some dumb stuff cooking.
That's literally exactly what it is.
Dude, that mullet is holding back. Jimmy's like, hey man, it's like we're dating each other. He's like, that's literally exactly what it is. You wanna go out this Friday?
If we see each other, you don't like me?
You mean if you're not like my typical type?
Yeah.
Well, that's what the experiment is.
Someone give Trevor a gold star. A gold star for understanding the assignment that he signed up for. Good bloke, good lad, good dude.
No, I'm not scared of that. Because I love you.
Oh, that's cool, man. We don't often have like down-to-earth, decent contestants. We always see people who are like, bruh. Trevor seems like a decent, okay dude, man. He drops the I love you, her mouth opens up like she's a clown at a drive-thru.
Yeah, I love you.
God, is that what happens when you tell a girl you love her? Her mouth just opens like a seagull? I love you. Say it again so I can close it.
Trevor just told me he loved me, and I'm so used to guys being mean to me, like...
Did someone tell you that they loved you?
Fucking Trevor.
Then other girl comes in, she's like, did someone say he love you? Trevor! Idiot! You dumb bitch! I was telling people I love you. Not me. He was saying to me, Trevor! And that's how the episode ends. So episode 4 starts with Trevor!
It has been a journey.
Yes. And if it's cool with you, baby, I just want to read this verse if I could. Okay?
Okay, so now AD somehow has gotten over Matthew and gotten under Clay because she's now back under his spell. Clay has turned from a player to a man who has opened up his heart. He's realized that AD is the person for him and that some of the stuff he said may be wrong. And good work for, good on Clay for realizing this. I think this scene is very nice, it's very sweet. He's reading her a Bible verse. But I don't think I've ever heard a girl moan to the sweet sounds of Jesus Christ. I'm just not sure what's happening here. I don't know what to say.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him and he will always make your path straight.
Damn, I gotta learn some Bible verses. Jesus Christ is nice, but so is this fire and ice.
And it's such a beautiful verse, honestly, AD.
Yeah. I'm shaking.
She's shaking. Yeah, I'm shaking. Ooh, tell me about the Lord. She's getting down to the Lord right now.
Will you take my lovely hand in marriage and walk this life with me and rock out with your boy Clay?
Gosh, yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I didn't even know that was a proposal, but Clay started he's feeling it. He was already down on one knee, so he's like, yo, would you like to marry me? Not in those exact words. Would you like to rock out with me? And then she said yes. Then he starts doing this thing where he's like, AD.
100%. You giving me this moment is oh my. Okay.
Yeah, I would need a drink too if I heard that from behind a wall after I quoted Jesus and stuff. Is this the right time to be doing at church? Is that? Okay.
AD and Clay, sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
She really just busted down to K-I-S-S-I-N-G song.
Why are we still here?
Why was I ever trying to make some serious song? If I made nursery rhymes, I didn't know people could twerk to that.
Let's go!
So then she sounds like a woman from the movie Psycho before she gets killed or something. Meanwhile, another couple that I didn't really talk about at all also get married. And I do want to talk about them later because in the series, they become a pivotal part of one of the episodes. And it's actually a Christian couple. It's a different couple, a couple that I didn't expect to see, but it's a guy called Kenneth, who's 25 and a principal, and a girl called Daniel. I don't know what her name is. I'm so sorry. Anyway, they're both Christians. They're both lovely, and they're both different colors. Yes. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's fine if you're the same color, but like Love is Blind has a very specific color code for some reason for most of the series. I'm not sure why. So I'm always like, well, okay, I like it.
What's up, babe?
I don't know if you're just like beating around the bush about it because you don't feel the same way. I'm a big girl. Just say that.
I don't know what's happening. Must have fell asleep. Apparently, Jimmy's in another fight with Jess. I don't even know what happened. All I know is her lip gloss popping. She looked like she ate 10 rounds of KFC. Her lips greasy.
Prefer our dates to be our dates and not talk about where my head's at. I know what you wanted to hear, and it's unfair for me to even say anything to you about how I feel.
Okay, so I'm not really even sure even more now because, I mean, we were all here when Jess said, pick who you want, make sure that you take the time to date whoever you want, and then make the choice. But seemingly we're in a fight because I think Jess found out that Jimmy is also dating Chelsea or has jaded her, which completely goes against what you just said about, like, figuring out who you want to actually keep in the pods and do your thing. Like, I just said it was a mature moment, and what the hell's happening right now? What?
If I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to be on a knee for you.
Well, that's absolute literal blasphemy.
It's not fucking that. It's not literal blast. Do you understand what the word literally means? I'm literally getting rammed in the ass by a tractor right now. Does not mean anything other than the literal version of what you said. Jimmy's not ready to commit and he doesn't know who he's going to choose and she's not happy because he's uncertain, even though she said do this. So he did it and now she's mad. You're on your own, Jimmy. I don't know. I mean, bro, this is your game.
And I don't agree with that. I told you how I felt, and I'm still okay with the fact that you might not feel the same way.
I have very strong feelings for you. You literally poured your heart into this.
Oh my God, you. Do you know how dead she would be? Do you know what a Mortal Kombat fatality it would be if she literally poured her heart into something? It's okay. Jimmy's dream was to visit every NBA stadium. He's not a bright kid. Let's go.
You don't think that I've got my point across every time we're in the pod together? How I feel about you goes without saying.
Your feelings for anyone never go without saying.
I gotta agree with her on that one. I don't know like where you grew up, bro, but there's never enough of Validation City. I mean, I don't think anybody who you're supposed to love is like, stop saying I love you. Ew.
I can't believe you just said that to me. How I think the way I feel about you goes without saying. How am I supposed to know how you feel about me if you don't say it?
I mean, I don't even disagree with what she said. She got a point. Yeah.
I hate this feeling so much. I'm not gonna chase you. I'm not gonna talk you into being with me. I wanna feel like the prize. I wanna feel like you're pursuing me.
All right, so I have a different opinion on this, and I can understand if people disagree with that, because I think that people would probably disagree and feel like they're the prize. I firmly believe after, I've had enough experience, I would say, to correctly identify that I'm not the prize. Neither is she. We're the prize. Because the goal is not for you to be with me or me to be with you. It's us to be together. And that's a huge difference because when you're doing stuff, when it's us, there's compromise. There's a lot of ups and downs. And there's all of these things that you'll have to face together. You'll have to make sure you understand you're not going to face only your best days with that person, but some of your worst. When you love someone, and I've said this before, it's not about someone not hurting you. It's about understanding this person will hurt you. But I love you so much that not only am I going to let it happen, I will forgive you. And you will do the same because the value of us together matters that much. I've never felt like the prize. And I hope that my person never feels like that too, but instead feels like together, that is the prize with a fucking ribbon on top. And I think, in my opinion, that's how I operate. I know some people are different and I think that's okay. I just don't think it's for me. And again, I'm not Jimmy. I'd have been out of here. I'd be like, Matthew, I'd be like, your chances of dating me have dropped to 0. And then left.
You like the idea of being with someone as intense as I am, but like, you are never gonna put me in this position again. Left wondering how you feel about me. Yeah, I will talk to you later.
So for some reason, she pulls a banana out of absolutely nowhere, which is hilarious. And she asserts her self-dominance. And I think it's okay. I think it's fine to say, this is my worth. I just don't understand the words that are coming out of her mouth, okay? I don't understand why she said he can explore his options when she's clearly not okay with him doing that. And if she just said, like, I don't even want you to date anyone else, I want it to be me or nothing, at least we'd have an ultimatum, which is a different show by Nick Lachey and co. So I'm kind of a little bit confused, but I understand the idea of standing up for yourself, and I don't disagree with it. I just am very confused right now.
Indecisiveness in itself is not reassuring because you don't know how you feel. You can't like articulate it. You can't even write it down.
Hello.
Hi.
So Jimmy is now left to face the pieces of whatever relationship he has with Jess and however it is in its deep gray waters. And he's now talking to Chelsea, but clearly this is weighing on his mind. He's not someone who can just put this behind him and talk to someone else. And it sort of seeps into Chelsea's conversation, which is the second time it's done that. He always talks to Jess first and Chelsea gets the brunt of it, which I don't like. I mean, damn, Chelsea. She ain't done nothing wrong. Like, why?
How's your day?
It's been a good day.
It's been a long time since I've felt this way about someone, but I love you, Chelsea.
Oh, she's dying again. Yeah, okay, well, I guess this is two people who've now said to Chelsea that she's the dark horse in this. Oh my God, she died.
Holy shit. I'm about to throw up.
I love you, Chelsea. Oh, God.
I ain't asked you to marry me yet, but I am 1,000% sure I love you.
It's a good percentage to marry someone. You're like 10 times the limit of like perfect. You still don't want to marry her? I don't think Jimmy has said that he loved Jess. Oh my God. I think that whoa! I think Jess is gonna get knocked out.
Chose her. I'm not saying anything. Why? Just trust me. Tell me why. No, just trust me.
So then one of the girls whispers, and like this is the other thing that when I saw Love is Blind Sweden, I never saw any of the shadiness or any of the weird stuff going on. Not that level where the girls wanted to embark on these journeys where they wanted to sabotage each other. There was one moment when these two girls tried to sabotage a relationship and the couple was so strong they were like, yeah, not really. And they just moved on. But in this instance, one of the girls basically tells Jess that they somehow found out that Jimmy said he's in love with Chelsea. And this makes Jess even more angry, and she turns into the Hulk.
I cannot believe he did this to me. I really, really loved him. I really did. And I need to leave.
All right, so Jess basically says that she's got to go. I don't know if she goes. I think she has to talk to Jimmy before she leaves. I guess she didn't want to hear him say that he loved another person. She did say that you need to pick who it is you like. And I'm sure she was assuming that he'd pick her, but he didn't. And hopefully she deals with that with grace. But the episode ends there, and the next episode starts with Clay meeting AD. And he is so pleasantly surprised that she's got a fatty.
Slide it on you. You shaking? Yeah.
Damn, them sound effects is crazy, AD, man. You're not even in bed. If this is how you are on a normal day, well, how are you in the bedroom? God.
He's so fucking cute.
The fuck is all this shit? Jesus Christ. She scares me sometimes. I want to hear just in the bed, like she sounds like one of them horror movie clowns.
I was about to sink in.
Yeah, I know.
Dude.
I love when you call me baby.
You love her?
Yeah.
I've never known a woman to moan so much without Pumbaa being the other person. Like, what the fuck?
What's up, Jess? How are you feeling?
Literally spare me of the pity party. At the very least, what you owe me is 1 single ounce of directness.
What did I miss? I guess she heard, oh yeah, okay, so she heard news from someone else. He comes in, he's like, hey Jess, and that's the moment he fucked up, because he existed. And then she was like, okay, now explain to me why you don't want me. Because it's not enough for him to make a decision that's not her. She needs an explanation, and it's gonna be wrong.
You're going to be an amazing wife for someone else.
Why would you say it like that, Jimmy? I'm trying to be on your side here. Okay, this of course sets Jess off, and she doesn't take rejection well, clearly.
No, At this point, I love someone else.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to feel sorry for you. You ruined this opportunity for me.
I don't know, like I looked on the comment section and girls were like, yeah, you show him. And I don't even like this guy. But saying the words, you ruined this opportunity for me, victimizing yourself, removing yourself from the equation and then placing it on someone else is just not how you're supposed to live. I mean, not if you want to live in reality. If you want to live in your fantasy world, have at it. I mean, maybe she's pretty enough that she hasn't had to be accountable or take responsibility for her actions, but someone is allowed to choose someone else. He didn't actually do anything wrong. He didn't actually lie to her. He didn't say anything that went against the bounds of what she was saying. And I'll compare it later because someone else gets rejected and takes it super well, and I think that that's a basic comparison, but she's not taking this well.
And you should be ashamed of yourself for letting me feel that way. For the right person, I'd never have to wonder if I was too much.
Which is fine, right? And she said it, for the right person, she'd never have to wonder. And this is the wrong person. So he shouldn't be ashamed because not everybody needs to cater to your whim. Like, not every person is like going to be exactly for you. And if they're not for you, maybe you shouldn't take it so personally. But again, like I said, clearly this woman never been rejected or something's happened in her head where she thinks she's the main character and she's not even making it past the series. So, I don't know.
But you knew that I was. And you let me pour my heart out to you more than once.
So, as I've learned in my, again, many failures, is that when someone keeps saying like, you let me do this or you did this to me, and I've learned this the hard way. It took a lot of friends saying, no, it's that person's choice. And it's really weird for that person to say that you're the one who needs to be responsible for their actions. You made me do this. Everyone has their autonomy. At any point, she could have said no. You influenced me? Maybe. You made me? No. That's removal of yourself from the equation. And it's just not a healthy way to live because you're going to go on keep blaming other people until you realize there's no more people to blame.
I'm leaving here alone. That was not supposed to happen. I've deserved so much more than what you've given me.
It's not fair.
I mean, she chose him too. I don't even know what to say. But like, yeah, she was like, I should not be leaving here alone. But, you know, but you are. I should win the lotto every fucking day, but I don't. Just saying, woman. I don't even like Jimmy. I just don't like the situation or how she's reacting.
It wasn't until our final date, it ended so terribly.
Exactly, and you chose, like you always do, absolutely nothing. Don't you dare.
Would this ever have worked? Sorry, I'm just sorry. This man can barely string together a sentence and she's so victimizing. She can't understand his situation either. So if they were to have another fight, would this ever work out? He would just sit there bumbling and she would say things that, you know, not only aren't true, but just make him feel like he's always in the wrong till he can never feel like he does any right and he's walking on eggshells. Is that a good relationship? Is it? Because, I mean, I can see it from a mile away, man. It's not even walking through a wall, you know?
Someone else, because I got the clarity I needed after our date.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm absolutely more than heartbroken.
This is where it starts going into the, like, I don't know if this, again, pretty privilege or some bullshit. I don't know if this is supposed to feel like, woo, woman power, but this just feels like cruel person sort of behavior. I don't know if we're supposed to, like, glorify it, but if a man was saying this to a woman, I would punch him in the face and be like, you need to grow the fuck up. I'm not going to say that about a girl, but like, I think it's acceptable behavior, if that makes sense. I don't think it's ever been acceptable to be mean to someone, whether you're a man, woman, child, or alien like Matthew.
There is going to be something better for me, and it is not you.
It's unfair to say. If I am really worked up about something, I need someone that can help me with that.
I mean, yo, man, look, you should have stopped trying to explain yourself to someone who clearly didn't want to hear it a long time ago. Do you think anything you would have said would have been like, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry, I'm not mad anymore. You know, Jimmy's out here, he's a rookie and he's playing in the NBA against LeBron James of arguments over here. So he's gonna get his ass kicked either way. But yeah, no, just you can see the reactions on her face. It's more ammo, fuel to the fire, bro.
If you need someone to hold your hand and coddle you, she will never be me. When you realize what you missed out on, you are going to choke.
That's mean. And like, yeah, she's pretty, but like her personality makes her, to me, really just, ugh. Ugh. This man sort of explained his inconsistency in relationship. He explained his puzzle. And she's like, this will never be me. By the way, I'm so good looking, you will literally choke. And it's just those sentences paired together is like, I have a disdain for that.
You are going to need your EpiPen to open up your airways because you are going to be in disbelief of what you missed out on.
You are going to need to contain the wetness in your panties once you see my dick imprint in sweatpants, girl. Like, can you imagine like that conversation happening and the amount of people on any platform who would roast this man until the depths of hell don't seem so hot. You know, so like saying this, I mean, I guess it's one of those woo, yas moments, but like, is it? I don't know if he deserves this.
Thank you for the experience. And truly, Jimmy, God bless you.
I also hate when people say God bless you in a passive sense. That's, again, more my personal thing. But like, you know, that's literally blasphemy, in my opinion. Anyway, that ends the Jess and Jimmy saga. So Jimmy's now free to marry Chelsea, who he thinks looks like Megan Fox.
Chelsea, I love you. I want to know if you'll meet me at the altar in your white dress.
I will 1000% marry you.
Let's go!
With Jess gone, Jimmy gets to marry Chelsea, and she says yes, which in itself is great. Jimmy found his match. Jess didn't. Okay, but do you know what that leaves? My boy Trevor. I was rooting for him, man. Poor dude. It was the mullet, wasn't it?
Did you already say yes to him?
Yeah.
It's okay. Don't be sorry. Like, this is life. You didn't do anything deceitful to me.
It's actually hurtful once I'm looking at this and I realize that Trevor is reacting to the same thing in reverse as Jimmy did for both Chelsea and Jess. Trevor comes in second. He's not the one that Chelsea chose, and she's sad. And instead of saying like all that dick speech and once you see me, you're gonna choke on your EpiPen, whatever, he literally says it's okay. He consoles her for crying and he says, it's okay, it's life. Even though it hurts him, he's actually trying to go out on a good note. And like for me, that's like, okay, that's maturity. But the dude seems nice either way.
You just loved somebody else more. I'm happy for you two. Bye, Chelsea.
Bye.
It's not easy, but if you really care for someone, would you say mean things to them? And I know like hatred and love are like from the same branch, but like, God, I mean, you know, wouldn't you like someone to be like, okay, your decision might suck and I don't agree with it, but like, okay. I don't know if Jimmy should have just come out and be like, Jess, you suck. You suck, you suck, you suck, but the only thing you don't suck is me. Then maybe she would have been completely okay to say whatever she wanted to.
I would not have cared what Chelsea looked like. Like, I would have still loved her. She was the real deal.
Laura, I would love more than...
Oh yeah, in between this guy, Jeremy, the only time we've seen him is that he talks about his vacuum cleaner, gets married to Laura, who's a quirky person, and he's... No. He's the quirky person. She's the, oh my God, you're annoying person. But then laughs and is like, it's my boyfriend. He's so stupid. There's nothing much that goes on before the pods, but after the pods.
I would love to marry you. Daddy?
Yeah, for sure.
Is that what just happened?
I found your baby, Daddy.
Shut up.
Yeah, so those two get married or get hitched or whatever. And I mean, like the story itself is he also was talking to another girl and he cut things off with her. He explained to her, she said, okay. And they had a pretty good discourse. I wish I could add this all in, but I didn't want to spend 130 hours on this episode. Eventually, this will come into play later, but he chooses Laura over the other girl, who I forgot her name, but it will come back up later. Meanwhile, Jimmy actually meets Chelsea, and they're happy, I think.
I can't run.
And like, I almost went home this morning. You told me 1,000 things. We sort of like hit on looks, but...
Not for you.
I guess they met each other. They were happy for 3 seconds. Jimmy decided to put his foot in his mouth and said, I almost left because of Jess. And then Chelsea obviously didn't want to hear that on the day they met, because who would? Jimmy, God. And then he goes on to be like, ooh, she doesn't look like Megan Fox. She definitely said she did. I rewound it. She doesn't say that. She actually says she doesn't look like that. Other people think she does. Even though she could say that about anything, you shouldn't have thought that.
She definitely lied to me on some how she looked. Chelsea told me she looked like Megan Fox.
I can see it. I can say it. It doesn't look like Megan Fox crisp, but I can see it.
But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. I'm very attracted to her. I can work with that.
5 couples have fallen in love and gotten engaged.
Yeah, okay, so we're finally out of the pause. It only took 5 damn episodes. Kenneth and that lady, Laura, Jeremy, Jimmy. Oh my God, I forgot her name, and Candace, Charlie, Chelsea. Oh my God, the black ones. I feel like there's one more. Oh yeah, Macklemore and that other girl. Whew, I'm getting lost.
Couples are now headed to the Dominican Republic. At us, in the DR.
Okay, so it's like episode whatever, and now they're going to their beautiful honeymoon. Things shouldn't go wrong here. This is the honeymoon phase. If things are going wrong here, you guys messed up.
We're gonna have a great life together. It's gonna be a good time.
I'm done.
It's like playing chin violin.
Is this my life now?
Okay, so Jeremy's annoying his girl already because he's playing chin violin, and she chose him, so I don't know.
You're such an idiot.
I always want to unpack our day.
Okay.
What didn't go so well.
Okay.
And how you feel about us.
Okay.
Every night.
Every single night.
So, Kenneth, the person I briefly talked about, and his girl, I want to say Danny. And like a principal, a middle school principal, which he is at 25, congratulations. He says, I want to unpack the day, talk about the good things, the bad, everything else. And what a great system, right? That's a solid way of communicating. Communicating is always what it's about. And these two have that.
Can we do it?
Yes. All right. How I feel. Wonderful. I found no ick.
Episode 6, yeah. Are we still on the honeymoon? Yeah. Brittany. What did I say, Danny? I'm pretty sure at once I said Bianca. I don't know, but her name's Brittany. Brittany and Kenneth, the people I like. Episode 6 is that pivotal episode where at first each couple meets each other and they finally get to see who they were talking to. So the girls get to see all the guys, because the guys have seen each other. And then now the guys get to see all the girls. And everyone's like, whoa. Not the ones who haven't made it. That's for later. But all the couples meet each other today. It's like a swinger event.
Hey, I see you, my G. Want to share you, girl?
You're so attentive.
Thank you, baby.
Are you kidding me?
You're not about to be sitting on the sand.
So apparently getting a chair for someone is the penultimate factor to wanting to get married. If you're on a beach, get your girl a chair and other girls will be like, I cannot. I am literally cannot. I can't.
Did feel his wiener.
Is it big?
Huge.
Compared to what? Compared to this palm tree.
Please.
Chelsea talks about Jimmy's wiener schnitzel, which is something that we all needed to know about. When you hang out with the girls and guys, you're like, hey, how big is Jimmy's wiener?
She was...
That woman is absolutely stacked. AD.
And Jimmy's wiener does all the talking, because when he sees AD and that fatty that she got packing, he starts thinking about it and he says she's stacked, which I think is a way of saying she got that cake. But it turns out that Jimmy, even though he was just saying it to his girl, Chelsea decided to letting everyone know that AD has a fatty.
Say that in the most respectful.
Babe, you can say whatever you... AD! Hey, how you get a butt like that?
Squats and Jesus, girl.
Genetics. And squats. And Jesus. Kinda, almost. The thing that's funniest in this one is the dude next to him, Macklemore. I keep forgetting his name. He's just standing there and he's like, why are you talking about her butt while I'm right here, bro? I'm trying not to get involved.
He goes, that girl,
whoa,
she's pretty stacked.
I am so embarrassed. She just called me the fuck out.
Yeah, a weird moment happens. I thought it was a playful moment where Chelsea's like, yo, Jimmy said you're stacked. And I thought she was being one of the homies, one of the bros. But then Jimmy goes up to AD and he's like, hey, that was embarrassing. And all of a sudden, Chelsea starts feeling, I guess, insecure, which is why she did the joke. But I don't get why she did it then if she was insecure. I guess she just wanted to try and make the moment lighter, but it didn't work.
I'm okay with it. You look good.
I'm not trying to impress you, you know?
He was like, AD, she's looking good. And I called it out.
Yeah, that's a normal thing to just ask a woman. How you get an ass like that, girl? It's cool. I mean, if the guy objectifies her, it's like, But yeah, you know, how you getting ass like that? My ass flat. You're fat.
Like kind of making an uncomfortable situation more comfortable. And then I like see Jimmy like turning AD around like with her hand and like.
Yeah, we did all that. I mean, I didn't see all that. I saw him hug her and then say, I'm sorry, it's a bit embarrassing there. I didn't see hers. Spinning around and him being like, that ass go womp, womp. Maybe we seeing different things, but I guess she's a little insecure about her body. Maybe that has a little bit to do with the fact that Jimmy's not actually validating her or standing with her at this party. And I could see from her perspective how that would play on her mind. I understand that.
But like saying like a comment about somebody else in front of the person that you love, there's a lot of conversations that you guys have to have.
You know, you were my first date.
So then Jimmy decides like, you know what? I already said this woman has a nice ass. Let me just go and stand by my partner or sit by her and start like talking about other girls in front of her. For some reason, Jimmy decides that he's going to be socially inadequate. So Chelsea's just sitting there next to the other people and Jimmy sits down. He's like, you know, you was my first date. Why didn't we do more, basically? Why didn't we get it on, you know? Like.
This doesn't include you. How hard was it for y'all to narrow?
Honestly, it was not hard for me.
Really?
I'm very picky.
Well, that sucks, because I didn't make either one of y'all's.
Why are you openly flirting in front of a girl who you proposed to? Oh my God. I mean, he's sitting there, he's like, man, you guys didn't pick me? That's crazy. She did. That gargoyle-looking creature over there. She said her name was Megan Fox. I said she looks more like Shia LaBeouf. But you guys sexy. You guys want to have threesomes? If not, I'm just going to have to go over with Optimus Prime over there.
You good?
Clearly.
Black excellence. You feel me? Look at it. It's giving. You feel me? My God.
I kept this scene in because I thought this was just funny. Jeremy comes over. He's trying to get involved in the conversation. It's three black people, and then they say the word black excellence. And then he just pats Kenneth and then eats a chip and leaves the scene because he's like, hey, Kenneth, oh, black excellence? All right, well, this is a chip.
Yes, sir. How you feeling? How's it going?
As soon as he heard black excellence, he's like, yo, man, what it do? What? All right. Tortilla time.
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, wrap up. We'll go sit down.
Who did you offend?
Thank you, baby.
Probably AD.
Oh, yeah, sorry. In between that time, someone else managed to get offended. I mean, this show just never ends with these offenses and things that happen here. This show is by far, like, season 6 has, like, delinquent people. It turns out Jeremy, the guy who's a big joker, a jokester, and you have to stay with me on this. He's suddenly like in hot water. Everyone's like, what's up, what's up? And AD's again in the spotlight. And he was saying like, hey man, I didn't do anything. So everyone comes over. And it turns out Laura said some kind of inappropriate thing.
Oh, I offended Clay?
What did it say, bean what? Bean
You
what?
did say bean dip AD. Oh my God, joking way.
So he said to bean dip AD, which I thought meant just eat her. Actually, that would have been way worse. Bean dip means to slap her titty. I just call that a high five. I don't understand why this lingo has to go this far. But anyway, he's decided bean dip her, and Jeremy didn't say that. Jeremy was just standing there eating a chip. But this girl, his wife, Laura, was like, you gotta bean dip this girl. So on one hand, we got Chelsea, who's like saying stuff to AD and Secure. On the other hand, we got another girl who's like, you need to slap her titty. And now she's getting offended because like, the women are objectifying AD.
That's not what it was. It was a fucking joke. AKA, it should have not even been brought up because it was a tee-hee-hee moment.
It's so weird that even happened. Like, what?
What is a tee-hee-hee moment? Is that when Michael Jackson tells a knock-knock joke? What is really that, even? She's past the age of 30. I don't know how she's able to talk like this and maintain a straight face. Okay.
It's giving children. It's giving small child.
It's giving what? It's giving children. It's giving 30. It's giving 1994 vibe. Can you imagine going down the aisle like, Laura, will you marry me? It's giving yes. Okay, all right, okay. It's giving heart attack, bro.
That's crazy.
It was obviously a joke.
Yeah.
You're talking shit. I'm gonna have words with you later.
I shortened the scene, but Laura basically blames everything on Jeremy. And AD is like, but it is your fault and you need to take responsibility. And Laura just completely deflects it. She then goes over to the couch and Jeremy sits down and she's like, I need to have a word with you later. And Jeremy is not having it because he just doesn't want to take part in this. He also is the one who brought it up, so I don't know who's at fault here. All I know is that I think we have a lot to unpack in the later episodes.
I love that for me.
Don't start shit when there doesn't need to be.
It was a joke.
Are you
I'm ready to go home?
What? Like home or back to the hotel?
I'm ready to go home.
Yep, so Jeremy, the person who, the only thing I know about him is that he says he's never serious, is now very serious because the joke didn't, he's like a comedian who's like, you didn't laugh, I'm ready to call this off, so I'm just now. Then he just dips, he bean dips out of there.
When everyone else was like paying attention to their ladies.
And that's how their night ends. Laura and Jeremy have some talking to do. AD and Clay have some talking to do. I think the other two couples are actually pretty good. Kenneth and... I don't know. And that other Macklemore and his partner.
It's like I was just standing there like by myself the whole time.
But the couple, of course, who takes the trophy at the end of the day is Chelsea and Jimmy. Jimmy, the person who always gets in trouble for everything he ever does. And Chelsea, the other person.
Or like when you made a comment about AD and her body, and I like felt so uncomfortable that I called it out. And then the whole time you spent talking to AD when I was by myself. And then I see you spinning her around, looking at her body. It made me feel a very type of way.
I never spin her around.
Okay.
I never did that.
It was so uncomfortable for me. And like the fact that you weren't reading the room made me really, really sad.
It's hard for him to read the room. He can barely read a book. He didn't spin her around, I gotta be real here, but he definitely wasn't not at fault either. Also, he looks like a turtle. The whole episode I've been like trying to figure out. He looks like a turtle standing upright. I've checked out mentally a little bit.
Talked about how great their connections were and like how
I bragged about you all night. Every single person, I bragged about you. Ken bragged about you. Clay.
Okay, men, come here. How am I? This is not how you talk about anything. I don't know what the fuck this shit is. If a girl is saying she feels invalidated, first of all, listen, because it matters. Even if you don't think you did that, anyone's opinion is valid. If you're saying the words, I feel like this, or you made me feel this way, it's good to address it. He decided to address it by saying, he started name dropping all the people he bragged about her to. And as she's going to say, it doesn't help make her feel any better. That does nothing. That's just protecting your own ass. So if she's not feeling validated, you should be asking, what can I do to make you feel validated? How can I make you feel more reassured in this? Then I can brag about everyone to you, because you clearly don't feel like I'm bragging to you about you. So Jimmy been bragging to the wrong people, is what I'm saying.
I felt so disconnected from you. It was so strange for me. You said hurtful comments.
Okay.
So just take it.
Oh, damn. Okay, well, in between their hatred, she says she loves him. They get closer, the music's nice, and then they stop fighting again, so they clickbaited us, I guess.
You're treating me unfair. Actually, I'll always tell you I love you.
And then he says he'll always tell her he loves her. And that's how the episodes end. Now, this is the first part, like when the first 6 episodes came out. I had to wait a little while to get the next few episodes, so I'll react to them now. And then the other 2 episodes, which I'll all do now because I like waiting for one series. Because the last time I tried to break it up, I got bored. So, without further ado, let's move on to the next episode. Hi, this is me before this is me. Like, this is me at the end of the video, talking to you at the start of the video. Love is Blind Season 6 is the craziest season I've ever done. It is the worst season. I don't know what I'm about to say, but this is so much fighting, so many stupid things, so many characters that are weird, and a reunion, not on this episode, that is mind-blowing. Everyone sucks this season. Everyone. Okay, cool. It has been a week since I have looked at this series. I had to take a sabbatical because this is the craziest season ever. This is a series that has been living rent-free in my head, and I'm not living rent-free in my house. So something's gotta give. The point is, I needed time off. These people are crazy. Anyway, we're back. I think there's new episodes out. This is the final 6 episodes. Love is Blind always has more episodes than you think, and they're always longer than you think, but the content always gets worse as the time goes on. It's like they hook you with the start and it's decent, and then episodes 4 to 10, it's like, ugh. And then they're like, oh, do they get married or not? So you have to stay through the middle bits. Right now it's the middle bits. I'm so sorry, but here we go, episode 6. I don't remember their names. Chelsea, right.
I want to make sure you know that I am very sorry.
Right, okay, so last time, Jimmy and Chelsea had a fight. I don't remember what they fought about, but I could say that for just about anything, because this is all they do, so.
You, and I don't ever want to put you in a position where you feel sad.
Okay, I guess everything's sorted out now. That's great. They probably fought about whose muffin it was and why'd you eat my muffin, sis? And then they decided that they're in love again, so that's good. Love is Blind basically follows the trend of couple gets married, can't find a single thing wrong, can only find wrong things, make up for it, don't get married.
Let's talk about last night.
Last night was triggering for me because of past relationships I've been in.
Right, okay, so Jeremy and Laura had a fight because Laura said that Jeremy should flick AD's titty. Oh my God, it's coming back to me. Oh, why is it coming back to me? And they overreacted. Jeremy walked away. Now he's apologizing to Laura. And I don't remember who I said was the asshole, but I think just both.
You didn't deserve the silent treatment that you got last night. And I knew that, and I still did it. All I can do is just fix it. So you like me still?
So, yeah. I feel better.
There we go. I think this is what happens. So Love is Blind did like the break, and what they do every time, because I've watched every season, I'm way too knowledgeable about this bullshit, is that they'll release the first batch of episodes, and in the last few episodes, especially the last episode, they leave all this tension hanging. It's like, oh, they're gonna fight, they're not gonna make it. Oh, what's gonna happen? I need to see. And at the start of the new, like, lot of episodes, episode 6, everything within 2 minutes gets resolved. So it was never anything to begin with. The only problem is this season, it is something. There are problems. And the problems are pretty much right in front of everyone. It's just that lots of people are making up for it before they see the inevitable issues, which we're gonna see very soon.
I think we're one of the top couples.
We're one of the top? Who do you think is above us?
Nobody.
Okay, so we've looked at Jeremy, Laura, Chelsea, and Jimmy. Now it's time to look at Kenneth. Oh, Brittany, I keep forgetting her name. This is the couple that I really want to succeed. I think they really are mature in how they handle things. I like them. They seem to be having a good time, and it's a little bit awkward now that I'm actually... Why are they not talking? Did they run out of things to talk about? Is that a thing? When you have a good partner, do you run out of things to talk about? I could tell you, whenever how do I phrase this? I've never ran out of things to talk about with the right person, but with the wrong person, I can't find a damn good thing to say. Okay, so it looks like there might be a few awkward pauses. I don't know, maybe it's beautiful silence. It looks awkward, but maybe it's not. But let's take you to AD and Clay, my favorite couple. Clay starts eating food, and AD doesn't like the fact that he really likes eating food. This is what I want. I want a relationship where I eat and my girl judges me. Starts turning into Michael Jackson from across the table. That's what I need. That's the girl.
I really don't want to let you down, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel that, like...
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
You're gonna let me down?
Not that I'm going to let you down, I just don't want.
So while eating the soup, Clay has some very philosophical thoughts like, am I gonna let AD down? Because his past, his family, everything he's grown up with has been indicative of cheating, has been indicative of not being the man that he truly wants to be. And he questions, am I ready for that role? Which is a valid thing to question. And bringing it up to your partner, it shouldn't be a problem. Because if you don't, then you're hiding that shit. But it seems like bringing it up does not make AD happy. She's like, you should not even have that thought, bro. That soup should have made your head empty.
I know how much this means to you and all that stuff, and I want to be that guy, and I'm like trying my hardest.
What is the biggest roadblock? Or
No
like
roadblock.
The
I'm not. It's not even a roadblock.
You can see her like body language just shift. Oh, this again, huh? So you don't think you'll be a perfect man? You're not perfect, are you? I understand. Wouldn't it be nice if you could just meet someone and there's no problems with them, like nothing. Nothing at all. Like, oh, hello, Candace. I love you too. And then it's perfect. Married. Leo and Candace. Wedding. That's not true. Unfortunately, love is kind of the opposite. You find someone, you're like, ooh, wow. You've kind of fucked, huh? And then you're like, well, I love you so much that it's kind of now your problems are my problems and let's get through this together. Because if you really do care about someone, actually that's kind of endearing. If you can fill the holes that they need filling. I didn't mean it like that, but yeah.
Loving everything we got going on, AD. Like with this trajectory.
What I'm trying to say is Clay obviously has some insecurities of being a good man. He's clearly someone who wants to get there. And he's not even hiding that. And if AD could recognize that and be like, okay, I can help you with this, or at least I can sit here and listen to you vent, because you're not telling me you're not willing to. You're actually trying to fix those changes so we can have a better relationship, you know? I wouldn't get annoyed is what I'm saying.
Like with this trajectory, we were good. So.
What just happened?
He ate soup. He activated his mind.
Nothing. I'm good. I'm just thinking, man. I'm good. Like, I'm good.
She's looking at the table like, I will never get this man another soup in my life. Chicken soup for the soul and the head, apparently.
It's a lot.
That was just like such a crazy switch up. I feel like I'm gonna let you down after.
No, I didn't say I'm gonna let you down. I don't want to let you down.
Right, well.
We're getting married.
Right.
Okay. AD and Clay sort of have some, Clay can't really express himself. Sometimes AD will get mad, I guess, especially while eating soup. It's not a good thing. We'll put that to the side. Back to Jimmy and Chelsea, my favorite two people. Oh, imagine being like friends of that couple and being like, Chelsea and Jimmy about to be over. What am I gonna bring? Earmuffs. I don't want to hear them fight. I don't.
Totally getting.
Oh, sorry, we're on episode 8. Woo! I thought we were on episode 6. I completely missed the mark. That was episode 7, I think. I can't tell. Crap, it's been so long. I don't even know what the twist is. It's like I'm watching this for the first time, and I don't.
5 couples fell in love and got engaged sight unseen.
Episode 8 starts with, of course, the couples moving in together. Now, in Love is Blind Sweden, we saw that the couples moved in like in the first 4 episodes or 5 episodes. It was actually pretty fast. And for most of the couples, that proved to be, even though like they had some issues, they had a lot of good stuff too. And it moved a lot faster. We've taken 8 episodes before this has happened.
Do you want me to cook tonight or we want to get food tonight?
It's the first night in the crib. You gotta cook.
Oh, so you're gonna make me cook?
Yeah.
I can't enjoy the first night.
Yeah. Alright, so there's a little bit of hostility between these two. Brittany and Principal Kenneth, 25-year-old Principal Kenneth, just like his students, gets his phone back. And he is on it. He's checking his phone, probably swiping up on them baddies. Brittany doesn't like that. She's also having to cook the first night.
Miss this.
Don't look at your phone too much.
Let me get my life together. I'm gonna go chill downstairs.
Okay.
And he's gonna chill downstairs as well. So, like, I'm noticing, like, a little pattern. I didn't know Kenneth and Brittany would have any issues. I thought they'd be, like, the couple from... You know how there's always one couple from Love is Blind? I don't talk about them because they're perfect. Because it's like, ugh. This is not the season's one, apparently. But even worse than that, Chelsea and Jimmy get home, and Chelsea has a roommate, and she's just like Chelsea. That's what I mean.
I got some champagne.
All right, should we pop it or what?
Yeah, let's do it.
Roommate might be a little too much. I could not live here.
Yeah, no, I met her for, I don't even have a watch, about 1.3 seconds. She said champagne. I wanted to throw it out the window, and I don't mean the bottle.
You seen everything.
I like it. I'm impressed.
Thank you, babe. How you feeling?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Kenneth was on his phone. You know, you don't want to do that on a date and stuff, let alone living together. That's pretty disrespectful. I mean, if you're going to be on the phone, you know, at least do it in secret like everyone else. Or maybe tell your partner that, hey, I'm just checking out the kids. But not like that, because I'm a principal. Please, don't think that.
In the Dominican Republic, you still had a sense of peace and happiness. Here, it seems distant.
I want there to be a level of
grace.
Yeah.
You know, I love how these two talk, regardless of what happens. I'm not foreshadowing anything, I am. But I really love how they talk. When something is the matter, it's not, hey, bitch, you're using your phone. And he's like, huh? What? Would you say something? It's not like that. It's actual, this is what's happening. I've noticed this. Is this like how you feel? And then he'll answer and she'll answer. And it's not coming from a place of malice. Because if it is, you're not trying to solve an issue. You're just trying to get at an emotion. And those are two different things. If you want to get an emotion, probably going to lead to more fighting. If you want to actually solve the problem, you have to process those emotions. And I appreciate the way they talk. Because on all of, like, Love is Blind, besides this couple, it's been Chelsea and Kwame from like season 5, I think, who I've really liked and thought their communication was great. Everyone else has been like, ugh.
We're ready to be normal, go to work, you go to work, and then we come home to each other.
I understand completely. I don't have questions.
Damn, he looks like a dude who's in the principal's office getting grounded. I've never seen this before. He's the principal, but right now he's like, yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, yeah, all right, I'm going home, though. Thank you, Mrs. Principal. You sexy, whatever.
Oh my God.
What the fuck was that? So there's a lot of like high squealing sounds, and it turns out Chelsea's friends have made it. Woohoo!
I'm really excited for you guys to meet.
Oh my God. Chelsea.
He hasn't kissed me once.
What's up?
Hey!
Okay, so everything's going great. The girls are talking. Chelsea can't wait for everyone to meet Jimmy. And then she drops a little nugget of truth. She's like, he hasn't kissed me once today. And it just goes to show Chelsea is just not, she needs to be needed, right? Jimmy's not maybe the most like affectionate. I don't even know if he's not affectionate. I think he's just like a guy who's like, I didn't think this was something that you needed every day. But she's not really a great communicator. She's sort of like, you should know this, Jimmy. I need to be kissed every hour, every day, every minute. I don't care if you're working. Quit your job. Kiss me. More.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about it.
He hates it. The hell yeah, brother?
Yeah. No, he
Those are major selling points.
Little seed of doubt. She also says, hell yeah, brother, which Jimmy hates, but I would absolutely adore it if my wife was like, what up, cuh? Hell yeah, bro. What it do? Brother? I'd be like, wow, you are weird. I like that. Good stuff.
Like, I feel like that desire and crave between you and I is like the missing piece.
For you. Because for me, that's not true for me.
Brittany basically says she's missing the crave, which I think is a Christian version of, I don't feel the spark for you. I don't know if I don't want to bang you. And she basically says that, and then Kenneth is like, damn, I don't feel that way, but if you do, that's a big problem. And I don't know if it's because he was on his phone or he doesn't show her attention, because like when they first met, they were great. I don't know when it went away, if it went away, why it went away, but it seemed to have. And the weirdest thing happens. They don't fight. Instead, they do this.
I think where I am getting the most concerned about, is it gonna always be a question about how I feel about you?
We barely kiss, haven't made out.
Time on. What can you do? What can't you do? Or like, what can you do? Because I watched Goal Defined, and apparently you're not even supposed to think about that shit. You're not even supposed to do that. But like she said, we barely made out. Like, you're allowed to do that, but you're just not allowed to do more. Can I squeeze a titty? Can I, kiss an ass cheek? What can I do, really?
It's just scaring me that not feeling like that consistently.
That's the thing. That's not enough for us to get married. That's not enough for us to be like, well, we'll work it out. No, that's not enough.
Okay, so Kenneth is pretty firm on his boundaries as a man and says, if you don't feel the crave, then that's something I need, because I want a woman who craves her man. I want someone who's like, I need you and I want you every day. And if that's not part of the deal, then that's not a reason to get married. And I thought he was just like, poker facing her. I thought like he was like, yeah, tell me that you're gonna crave me from now on. But she doesn't say anything, and oh my God, the worst thing happens.
I will still be the biggest supporter of you. This is not going to work. But I do want you to find the person you're actually supposed to be with, even though it's not me and I thought it was.
The dude left. The couple I thought had no issues with the first one, the breakup. I didn't see that coming. Did you see that coming? I didn't see that coming. It's like a porn star in the dark. I didn't see that coming. I did not know about that. Okay, I don't know exactly what just happened. I think these two communicated so well that they forgot to even fight and I missed it. They bypassed the fight just to the friendship hug and he leaves. And I thought, okay, they're pranking me. But I'm gonna tell you right now, they don't come back. That's it. If you had your money on they're getting married, you owe me money. I also owe you money back because I thought they were getting married. But yeah, so Kenneth and Brittany leave. Turns out you could have great communication, and if you don't have a good spark, it still doesn't work.
You had me really worried. You were kind of just like in a mood.
Well, it does hurt really bad.
I know, and I'm really sorry, but I got back. You like walked in. What's up?
I don't know what's happening. I'm still thinking about Brittany and Kenneth and how they could have, I could have like spent time with them and now I have to spend time with these guys. This is just like fight central. Honestly, I've seen less fighting on boxing television than this. What's the problem now, Chelsea? What's the problem, Jimmy?
I want you to be like, hey babe, how are your eyebrows?
I'm gonna tell you something. This is like man to girl. Whoever needs to know this. Guys are stupid. I'm sure you guys knew that. But I'll tell you something in our defense. There is no part of our brain that registers the fact that if we say, how is your eyebrows today? You will then feel appreciated. And even if you tell that to us day after day, it's not gonna sink into our brain. I don't think if someone asked me how my eyebrows were, I'd be like, did they fall off? Why are you talking about them? So it's probably just our method of thinking. It doesn't mean that we don't love you. The fact that he wants to marry her and spend all his time with her probably means that. So hopefully with a little more grace, you could be like, oh, okay. I can see that he's doing things to show his love language. Just because he's not talking about my eyebrows doesn't mean he doesn't love me. Just means he doesn't notice my eyebrows as much as I do.
Yeah. And I didn't really get that from you. So, and then you didn't really like acknowledge me being here at all, really.
Oh, you mean like he treated you like a ghost? Like you opened the door and he just threw the keys at you and his coat like a coat rack? Nice eyebrows, coat rack.
I don't even need you to take care of me financially, or just like emotionally. Like coming up to me and like grabbing my face and kissing me, telling me I'm pretty, or like...
I love the idea of like kissing someone, good morning, goodbye. Like my wife, not just some like random, hello, Martha. Mwah! Oh, sorry, your husband's not gonna like that shit. Point is, like, if it's forced, then it sort of like defeats the purpose, doesn't it? If sometimes you're having a hard day and you're like, I don't want to kiss you, but I will because I have to. You don't want that. I don't know, I'm trying to defend Jimmy here. Like, it's good to take care of someone emotionally and physically, but like expecting someone to do that every day is sort of like going against the fact when you have a hard day and you can't do it. If they held it against you, would you find that fair? Do you know what I'm saying?
You're like telling me like, good morning, like, I'm so excited to spend the day with you today. Like,
there's so many extra things that she says. First she was like, oh, grab my face and kiss me. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see husband and wife doing that. Tell me I'm beautiful every single day. I have to add that in. She adds those things that just like, that's a lot, man.
I haven't really gotten that from you.
Well, this morning I rolled straight out of bed, went straight to the shower, went straight to work.
You didn't kiss me one time today.
She has a book, and it's called Every Time Jimmy Has Kissed Me, and she writes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He didn't do day 8. This motherfucker's a cheater.
Kiss right now. I was working.
I know.
I did kiss you today, though. I kissed you when you were in the bathroom getting ready.
Oh my God, Jimmy has his own book. It's called I Did Kiss Her. See, here's proof. And then he actually takes photos of when he does. It's not the cute, like, you kiss me. No, you kiss me. It's like, you didn't kiss me. Yes, I did. I can prove it.
I'm sorry.
Kiss you on your cheek, and then before your friends came over, before my last meeting of the day, I kissed you like right here.
He knows where he kissed her. He actually does have the book. That cannot be a thing, man. Oh my God. What kind of a relationship is that? Where'd you kiss me today? Just your bottom lip? Just the bottom, what about the top?
Well, I'll work on kissing you a little bit more.
No, babe, that's not it. I was like, man, maybe he's just like wondering what would life be like with Jazz.
What the fuck is happening? Sorry, I'm eating something. I thought this was about kissies. Now it's about Jess? This is way deeper stemming. This is not, you haven't kissed me. The reason she's like, you haven't kissed me is because you like Jess. Am I not good enough for you? That's her issue. Bitch, you gotta fix your insecurities. Otherwise, you can't hold down a man. The only thing you'll hold down is a man wanting to be with you.
I only say that because it was brought up and I just wanted to fill you in on the conversation I had.
In my head, I think, like, saw a picture of her. Now he's like, damn it.
When did he say that? Oh, God. You know, okay. Again, okay, ladies, maybe you guys need to hear this. Sometimes a guy will look at Instagram goal, sometimes, and be like, ooh, that she got a nice ass, or nice titties. But at no point is any of those guys thinking, I would leave you, because they don't have something that you do. That sounded like you didn't have the other stuff. You probably have the other stuff too. What I mean to say is that you have something even more than those people, and that you have this personality or this mental stability or this spirituality that a man is attracted to. And that is something that is not a physical thing. Men, I think, are wired to like physical stuff, but I think they're wired to love mental stuff. And if you can be that for someone, they're probably gonna love you just as much as you love them.
Man, I fucked up, which is not right for me to think.
That wasn't what came across my mind. I made my decision with you, and I am 100% on my decision with you.
Jimmy's even, like, validating that every single time, and I don't know, like, is he a parking person? Like, why does he have to keep validating that? I get it. Like, Jess, I guess, objectively is attractive. I don't think Megan Fox here looks way worse. I think they both look good. It's just she's insecure about herself rather than Jimmy being the one to be like, ugh, ugly. He did say that she doesn't look like Megan Fox, but I mean, she does. I seen that TikTok where they put Jay Leno and Megan Fox together. She looks like Megan Leno a little bit.
I'm sorry that I got a little busy today, and I'm glad you're talking to me. I want you to...
Also, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm a huge nurturer.
I don't know what that means, but that's funny. I'm a huge nurturer. I nurtured the fuck out of you last night, bro. I'll nurture you all night, baby. What does that mean? It's the same shit when people, you know, Shane Dawson was like, I'm an empath. And it's like, oh, so you're a human. You feel emotions too. Okay.
And when you do say I love you, you don't really like say it. You say like...
My tone of, I bit the shit out of my lip.
I know, baby, but
you're not gonna get
I love you, and I...
He's not saying it right. See, this is a problem. You don't kiss me. You don't kiss me in the right parts. You like Jess more than you like me. And when you say I love you, you say I love you. Not, I love you. I love you. Say it better. Mean it this time. There's a lot of notes for Jimmy to take home, man.
So much of me, and I want you to give me all of you. And when you tell me you love me, it's just kind of like, love you.
I don't even know how to, like, I can't imagine being in these shoes. These parameters are beyond my limitations, man. I need to say I love you more to how you like me to say I love you. Damn. Maybe Jimmy just doesn't love her. I don't know. She needs someone who's more like her. But I would just venture to say, then why did she choose someone who isn't that way? If you need someone who's nurturing, pick someone who's nurturing. If you need someone who is independent and you're independent, go for that route. Changing Jimmy is not gonna work, man. It's never gonna work.
I'm over here like really throwing out everything for you to see like how I will be as a wife. Not really getting a glimpse of you.
But just today.
It was yesterday.
The kicker is Jimmy's like, all right, so you want me to kiss you better. You want me to say Jess is ugly. You are a goddess. Megan Fox looks like Donald Trump compared to you type beat. You want me to say I love you, not I love you. Got it. And that's all that happened today. And she's like, no, it also happened yesterday. Fix that. So now in Jimmy's head, he's like, holy shit, this has been an issue and she hasn't even brought it up. And every day I could be doing something wrong that she hasn't told me. That's crazy. While I don't think any of that is necessarily wrong, that is a lot to be asking of someone.
I want to have a life. I want that more than anything at this point.
You gave me this.
I know I did. I do love you.
I want to feel it.
Did she try and do like a little bit of a country accent and then be like, ooh, I'm on TV. I want to do this with you. I can't believe that you did that.
Today and yesterday, I didn't really feel any love from you.
Okay, well, I mean,
when your partner's like, I didn't feel love from you, what is the appropriate answer, okay? I'll love you better. I'll love you way better, bitch. I'll do love on you. I'll perform my love on you. I'll give you mouth to mouth. I'll nurture the fuck out of you.
I'm not gonna be able to tell you I love you every single hour of the day just because I'm working from home.
I didn't think he was gonna keep speaking. Like, just stopping talking would have been like probably the best result here.
Honestly, I bit the living shit out of my lip, and it hurts to talk. You know, I love you to death, but truthfully, you've been a little clingy.
All right. Come here. I've been talking about all, like, you know, for all the girls who need to hear this. I'm a guy. For all the guys who need to hear this, all 2 of them who watch my channel, don't say that. The way you choose to word things really matters to girls sometimes. You say a word and you phrase something and people take it in the wrong way. You're trying to get a point across and you're not trying to be malicious, of course, but sometimes if a person is in an emotional state, they can take it that way. As much as sometimes it's not, if this is the person that you love, you want to marry, it is a little bit of your responsibility to try and be like, okay, you're not clingy, but I feel like lately it's been feeling sort of this way. It hasn't been feeling like the rest of the days, and that's getting to me. Rather than, you clingy bitch, you, what do you learn, Klingon? You clingy bitch?
Clingy?
Oh no, whenever they repeat the word, you know it's trouble. Oh, I'm gonna kill you. Oh, you better run, get a head start. Usain Bolt wouldn't outrun me.
Well, you're saying you want me to give you more love and affection, and I feel like you're giving me...
Keep talking, just say sorry, just say sorry. It's gonna get worse.
I feel like you're giving me too much.
Clingy?
Oh, she repeated it twice. I've seen Oppenheimer, and that explosion was not as bad as what's gonna happen.
I felt like...
Are you fucking kidding me? You mean you're calling me clingy? That was fucking rude.
I have told you I love you more than any of the guys have told their fiancés.
All right, nothing is gonna matter. Like, whatever he says from now on, door is shut. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna need some space. You guys need to just leave, not talk for a little while, calm down, have another conversation. Anything from now on is just not gonna be productive.
That's a fact.
Shit about them.
I'm saying I have told you an excessive amount, in my opinion. And I have meant it every time I told you.
I have given.
I know you have given.
No, I don't. I want to hear from you.
Oh, shit. I don't want to hear from you. The guy who says he loves me and not he loves me, like, properly. I don't want to hear from you, bitch.
If that's how you feel. I do not ever want to be with someone who says I'm too clingy, especially someone who put a fucking ring on my finger.
That's not your whole personality now. I'm saying that...
Yeah, see, Jimmy is, he's a little bit of a country bumpkin. He's even dressed a little bit like a pumpkin. I don't know, sometimes he says things and backtracks. I have the same problem. I think a lot of guys, you know, we just never understand, like, how to speak properly, eloquently, and communicate in a form that is at least accessible to both parties. So it could be like, I feel like this, and I'm not trying to say this to hurt you. I'm trying to say this to get out how I feel and how we can make this better. He did it the reverse way, and you got the reaction, so.
You have been a little clingy.
Oh, he's still going. Wow. Fuck me, I guess. Never mind.
Well, expect a lot less from me now, because that's fucking bullshit. Maybe I should stay at my place tonight, because this is not cool.
I love you, and I want to be with you, and I want a life with you.
I wish someone said that at the altar. I love you, and I want to be with you. Why don't you understand that? Like, at the altar, I'm waiting for that to happen in Love is Blind. Because everyone fights until the altar. Then it's like, do you take this man? No. And then they start crying. I want the thing to happen at the altar. Do you take this man? And then, like, they start fighting. Not physically, but like one of these. So everyone is like, oh, I didn't know Jimmy had it in him.
You didn't kiss me once today.
I did.
You never tell me you love me.
Oh, she changed it. She went from you didn't kiss me today, you didn't kiss me once. You never say you love me. She fully changed the whole shit. Damn.
I get out of work, I come down here and meet your friends.
And the first thing out of your mouth is that I'm clingy. You started causing these problems and digging for shit the second you saw Jess's picture.
Here we go again. Maybe it's an unpopular opinion. I don't know what you guys are thinking. I think Jimmy, out of these two, is the more stable one. I think he'd be fine in a long-term relationship. He just needs someone who's, like, probably can sort herself out more emotionally than Chelsea. But I think these two together, oh no. Oh no.
Picture.
It's not about Jess at all.
Yeah, literally, that's the reaction, like, what? Who? What the hell is Jess? This is about our relationship and the fact that I called you clingy and the fact that you think I never kiss you. It's more that than anything. I don't know why Chelsea keeps bringing it up, but she has clear insecurity issues.
I'm about to marry you.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a huge, huge deal for me.
It's a huge deal for me too.
I don't know about you, but getting married is a big deal for me. A person who has been called clingy by some people in this room. Call it clingy, I call it nurturing. And I like to nurture the fuck out of people every night.
Me too.
Because I'm clingy? I cooked you dinner. I stayed by myself.
I'm
then
thankful.
I sat and watched your fucking show with you. And then went upstairs and had sex with you?
This is, I don't know about that one, but the way she said it as well was like it's a favor to him. I don't even know how to feel about that. Like, I thought it was a mutual thing, but I had sex with you? Oh, I watched your stupid show. I cooked dinner for you? You're a bitch. I don't even like you.
And I'm too clingy? Fucking bullshit. That's fucking rude. That's so fucking
Well, if you're gonna bring up the sex, you're the one that wanted to have sex.
Oh my God in hell, why am I here? Why do we suffer every day? Oh, this is the couple that has no friends or has friends at the start of their relationship, and by the end they don't have any friends because nobody wants to come over anymore. Bro, both of y'all need to stop talking. You just keep bringing up stuff. This is not gonna end well.
Yeah,
Also, maybe wanted a little breather from that too.
God, it's...
that was tough.
Like, I'm so disrespectful. Like, I'm so fucking tired of this shit. Like...
We'll like go to my apartment and you need space.
Okay, so they actually leave. Thank God, actually. That was gonna get worse. It was just, they were gonna end their marriage right there and then, which they should. But, my goodness. So he doesn't want to have sex with her. He doesn't want to kiss her. He doesn't want her around, but he wants to marry her. I don't even know what to make about their relationship. We're on episode 9. I love it. Woohoo! Episode 9's called Fighting Time. What the hell have I been watching?
Like, I don't even know where this conversation stemmed from. Is it because I told you, like, you didn't kiss me once yesterday? Like, is that clingy to you?
Okay. Episode 9, Fighting Time. It starts off with them talking. So it's always fun to check in with my favorite couple. Best couple of all time. This is what Love is Blind should have been. Just two people who make me want to go blind because I don't want to see them anymore.
I was genuinely annoyed that you asked me like 5 times
I get
yesterday.
that. I hate that too.
So I felt a little smothered.
You really need to work on your delivery.
Damn. Jimmy spent the whole night not doing anything wrong. He comes back home and she's like,
You really need to get better at your communication skills.
After not actually communicating jack shit to him, then blaming him for 90%. Actually, I'm beginning to feel sorry for Jimmy every time I see him. He just seems like he's sadder. Like he aged a little bit since the start of Love is Blind, and the whole show is 4 weeks. Like, he grew up, man. He started at 27. I think he looks 42 now.
Yeah.
And I need to work on my emotions and being sensitive.
I plan to be with you forever.
Oh, but everything's back to normal. One kiss ends it all. I like how Chelsea threw it and she's like, yeah, and I need to work on being emotionally not a crazy person. You know, you're 30. I'm not saying like it's too late for anything. There's always room to learn. But like, people are going to be like, hey, you're getting on in age. You're starting to act a little immature at that age. You know what I mean? If I was still trying to steal candies, and they'd probably look at me and be like, you're 50. Please stop that.
How are you? How you doing? Jeremy. Nice to meet you, Jeremy. Good to meet you.
Okay, so it's episode 9. It's Meet the Family time. As I said, in Love is Blind Sweden, things are going at like a good pace. You can tell when things are happening. Over here, it's fighting time, it's making up time, and it's Meet the Parents time all in one. Like, they just crush all the last few episodes together because the first 5-6 episodes is them still figuring out whether they want to get out of the pods or not, because everyone has trust issues in America, apparently. Now, everyone's meeting the parents, and we meet up with Jeremy and Laura. And this is Rick, who looks like George Lucas.
We're in a bit of a love triangle. That's
We're not.
That's his issue, not mine.
Well, out of it now.
All right, it's been, well, half a second from my calculations, and Laura has made it awkward. I don't know if this is the first conversation I would have with a brand new family. Just saying that we're in a love triangle. You're gonna throw them under the bus already? This is what I do around my family. I make sure that you're the person that I blame, like 24/7. If you can withstand this, you'll be fine. I'll marry you right now.
You weren't in one before.
There's still happenings?
I'll let Laura explain that.
No, explain yourself, babe.
Explain myself.
Well, you're not gonna like my answer because it's gonna last for 45 minutes.
No,
God, this dude like is meet the family for the first time. Hello, Rick. Hello, Sister Laura. Some things you need to know about me. I have ruined your daughter's life by loving other women. I'm going to marry her. Those are 2 things you should know. How are they not supposed to judge this man as evil if all they know about him is that he's in a love triangle and they've known the daughter, obviously, her whole life?
Basically, he was dating this other girl up until the end. She has since DM'd him on Instagram saying, if you're not sure about your choice, I would appreciate meeting up with you.
So Laura's like airing out the dirty laundry in front of the family. This is like akin to talking about sex stuff you do with your partner in front of your mom, dad, cousins, grandpa. You know what I mean? Like,
You guys know me, and I can like harp on like little icks a lot. An ick dad is like, ugh, like, I don't like that.
This should be in the fucking dictionary. An ick is like, oh, I don't like that. Yeah, oh, yes, so the sound gives me the ick when other people say the word ick. It gives me the sound.
He does this thing with Hawaiian shirts, which is not my favorite.
They're awesome.
I love it. I'm there for it.
Fine with a well-fitted Hawaiian shirt.
Laura is actively trying to make her family hate her husband for reasons unknown to man. I have no idea why, but the family, oddly enough, is like, yeah, I actually like Hawaiian shirts. Even the brother's like, yeah, good fitted Hawaiian shirt sounds good to me. So everyone sort of like likes this guy, except the person who wants to marry him.
And he seems to really like her and, you know, put up with some of the stuff that she can dish out.
God, I mean, this is your own daughter and you say the words, he seems to put up with her. Every time I like look at the parents, I see like, oh, okay, some of the parents raise their kids so well. And other times it's like, understand this woman is like a menace to society at times. I don't think either of them are good, to be honest. I don't know if they're a good match for each other more than anything. But I don't know if I could withstand like my partner who I've just been introduced to their family shit talk me in front of them. That's crazy. I don't think I would ever do that in front of a family of mine. Oh, this is Kendall. She's stupid and short and dumb.
She's very strong-willed. If you make her into a princess and put her on a pedestal, she'll walk all over you.
And hate that she gets away with it.
Okay, Dad. Rick, come here. You did that to your fucking daughter. I don't know what to tell you. And also, people are not supposed to pick up on that slack. Like, saying the words, if you treat her well, she'll walk over you, is not a good thing to say. Because everyone should treat everyone well in theory. And if people are doing the right thing and getting punished, they're only going to do the wrong thing. And then she's going to ask the question, why can't I find a good guy? And the answer will be, because I walk all over them if they are good. That's a paradox that you created for your daughter.
Why do you like? Well, because it's a sense of self-expression. To me, it was more like you're a grown-ass man, but it was like he was doing it to like be silly, and which I really do love.
So now Laura goes and talks to the sister, who seems to have all the common sense in the world. She's like, okay, it's self-expression. This man is comfortable in his own body. He likes expressing his own style. I like that I like someone who's confident in themselves and not insecure. Laura's like, yeah, but he dresses really dumb. Shouldn't I leave him for that? And the sister's like, no, it's a Hawaiian shirt. If you like him enough, the shirt wouldn't even be on anyway. You know what I mean?
When I see something that somebody likes and it's truly something that they enjoy, then I love that and I want to celebrate that.
I love that you're an entrepreneur.
They don't look like sisters, do they? She looks like a therapist that comes to Laura's house and says she's her sister because she's there so often. Anyway, this is AD meeting the family.
I love that you have your jobs. I love that you do what you do. I never want to take that from you. Like, that's one thing that we connected on, is that you are a hard worker.
Clay is dressed like bacteria, I guess.
Work has never been the problem.
So what's the problem?
Oh, I'm gonna have a sip. Sorry.
So you don't think the times when we're just laughing, gossiping and stuff?
Okay, what is wrong with season 6 of Love is Blind? Has everyone reached the stage of comfort where not only can they fight in their own home, but in other people's homes, public restaurants, and across from their own parents? I don't know, like maybe it's just me. I don't expect to fight my partner in front of people. I don't expect to fight my partner in general, but like if I had to, it would be in the privacy of our own home where I could say things like, I'm not wearing pants. And just deal with it.
Those are not bonding. Those are not. I'm asking you though. You get clarity.
We've had a few moments, yes, for sure.
But you don't think it's enough?
No, I don't.
Because she doesn't get it. Like,
oh my God, no, you can't do this. You can't bring someone to your family and then have confirmation bias and be like, look at her. She doesn't understand me. Mom, tell her how stupid she is. I know she just met you. Tell her.
I'm trying my best with this process, but I need a little bit of just like...
I just think that both of you have to give each other grace. If someone is important, you make the time.
In a very, very good motherly role, Clay's mom is like, look, both of you need to give each other grace, understand each other's situations, needs, and wants, because you're trying to have a relationship that works. And if you guys don't possess understanding of each other, then you're probably not going to make it work. But I don't think you need to be like a mom to understand. I feel like I understand that. I feel like most people my age should understand that. I don't know what's happening in Love is Blind. Season 6 sucks, dude.
You're nervous?
I'm really nervous.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Let me take you back to my favorite couple. It's Jimmy and Chelsea. Woohoo! Megan Fox and that guy.
I'm really nervous. Because they're girls.
I am Barbara.
Yeah.
Maddie.
Hi.
Okay, so Jimmy's like 2 best friends is girls. And Chelsea is the most insecure person. So this is not gonna go well already. And she even says like, I'm nervous because they're girls. And Jimmy is like, no, they're ladies. I don't know, they're just friends. I feel like it's reasonable. I don't even think it's just Chelsea. I think if a guy has very close girlfriends, probably a girl would be like, oh, okay, I'm a little bit hesitant because maybe there's history. I think the same thing would happen to a guy if he saw a girl and she had lots of guy friends. Jimmy's just showing this is how it is. Now you can see us all together. I think he's making her comfortable with the situation. I see nothing wrong with it.
It makes me feel really heard and really seen, and that's something that I've struggled with in past relationships is my people hearing me out and hearing me. Mm-hmm. He is, you know, so emotional, and I think we connect on that level because I am an emotional freaking...
This is like stuff that you probably shouldn't flex. Like, it's okay to admit that, like, I am an emotional person. You don't have to be a cold, callous person. I'm a very emotional person, too. Sometimes you know when to use those emotions. Sometimes you know when to be like, okay, this is hurt, but let me just talk it out rather than put my emotions first and then regret everything later.
The fact that he's taking time to just learn me and learn my love languages. Like this morning, I told him, I was like, I'm not initiating sex anymore.
Oh my God, what the fuck is it with you people? Does everyone in this country just, I told him, you better not pull out, brother. I told her, brother, you better not pull out of this. I want kids right this second. All right, so I'll bring your water like after this conversation or?
He goes, babe, you're not initiating sex anymore. I need you to say that you're not gonna do that anymore.
We like her. We like her for sure.
Can you imagine if like I brought like this girl around my friends and then the first thing she said was, oh, you know, I was sucking him off. And it was like all my friends would be like, oh, okay, I'm out.
For sure. She seems like very bubbly.
Bubbly is one way to put that. Yeah. And the episode ends with the biggest fight in Love is Blind history. Sort of, kind of. I don't know. I can't keep track. But it's not the people that you think it is. I thought it was going to be Jimmy and Chelsea. But it turns out Laura and that guy Jeremy have had issues. Because Jeremy, he's been messing around. Kind of. Not really, but what I mean by that is he went out last night and he met Sarah Ann, one of the girls in the pods he turned down, but had a serious connection with. And this angers Laura because he doesn't tell her about it.
With your sunglasses on inside? You left at 10:45. The bars close at 2. What were you doing until 5 o'clock in the morning?
Okay. Damn. This dude came down with his sunglasses hoping that she wasn't gonna notice anything. And the first thing she said was, look at me when I talk to you. And then like you heard the foghorns, you knew some shit was going down.
Went to originally go to a karaoke bar. As I was leaving here.
Oh no, she's sitting in the yoga position. Nuh-uh, you're done, bro. You're done. She's gonna start levitating if you lie.
Station changed. Told we're going to Lost and Found. Cool. Gonna meet up at Lost and Found. When I was halfway there...
You like the body language? You know, I'm like a pseudo body language person now. I'm looking at the crossed arms, like they say that crossed arms is like back offish. This dude's holding something and crossing his arms. They say holding something is like comforting to yourself. Sometimes people like rub their arms when they're feeling nervous. Genuinely, from watching this crap for so long has made me intuitive to this bullshit. Like, I hate that I know this stuff. When I started doing this, I didn't know anything and I was happy to not know this. Now I can tell.
got a text message. Sarah's out here, just so you know. I directly was like, I'm not gonna let somebody else like dictate what I do. Went there, she comes over to me, hugs me, walks away.
Oh man, I've never seen a guy tell a story like he's pissed off to tell it. Is he mad at her for making him tell her the story? Like, I walk over, she's there. I say, I don't care. Whoa, fuck.
I'm like, what was that? And then I come to find out that she's upset about a lot of things. In order to not drag things out and make it worse, I was like, do I need to have a conversation with her?
Okay, yep. No, see, okay. Whatever you're doing right now, Jeremy, don't do that. Oh, you know what? You might as well tell her the truth, but this is doomed. I don't think any girl who's trying to marry you wants to hear another girl is sad or upset, so I went to comfort her or confront her or whatever. I don't think you've earned that right yet, especially since Laura has been kind of on your head top about like Sarah Ann, so especially not telling her or calling her or asking her.
So yeah, we hung back and we talked about things.
You hung back with Sarah Ann and was talking till 5 a.m.
Yes.
Oh, okay then. Yeah, I mean, look, okay. This is doomed. That's all I have to say. This is doomed. This is doomed with like 8 O's in the middle. There's no coming back from this. Sorry. Laura doesn't seem like the forgiving type, and Jeremy doesn't seem like the, oh, I make good decisions and then can back them up type, so yeah, he's doomed. I didn't even know why these two really went out anyway.
I'll say right now, I don't fucking believe you. You must have left the door at least a little bit cracked open for her to think it was even remotely appropriate.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say. Jeremy, you fudged it, bro. You fudged it.
To reach out to you.
I'm sorry for that. But like, as an extra layer of reassurance, like I shared my location with you.
Yes! Okay, I'm back on Jeremy's side. He shared a location with her. Just like the Khaled song. Send me your location so I can be mad at you when you come home. Team Jeremy, everyone. He sent the location, so he's clearly not doing anything.
Like, just so you knew exactly where I was at.
How is that supposed to give any reassurance? Nor do I want to be engaged with someone.
Fuck you, Jeremy, idiot. She doesn't even want that, bro. Stop. Stop sending location. Yeah, Team Laura. Woo!
To where I need that level of reassurance, where I need to follow their location? Fuck no. Reassurance would be coming home at a decent hour, not 6 in the morning.
That is a very good point, actually. I can't really even dispute that.
I could have gotten a text last night. I could have gotten any fucking acknowledgement as your fiance, the one you chose. Oh, but you shared your location, so I'm supposed to be good.
This is a beatdown. This is like watching your team get blown out in NBA, and you're just watching. Sad. You might as well, honestly, Jeremy, that's what you should do. Like, sorry, I'm gonna leave now. Sorry about that.
Where were you?
In the parking lot. I'm not denying anything.
Oh my God, when you start responding like you're on trial for murder, then you can't win this argument. You're gonna need a lawyer. You're gonna need a lawyer. If you think this is bad, we're gonna do the reunion after this. And I've never seen a reunion more filled with bullshit than ever before. Every character that you like is wrong in some way. Except the one that I didn't like, who happens to be probably the best one. I can't understand that.
You're denying leaving the bar.
I don't want to talk about that right this second.
A response like a child. I don't want to talk about it. Don't say a word, Laura. I'm sitting right here. And then just sat there like a stone for like 20 hours.
You weren't at the parking lot of Lost and Found. Don't share your fucking location if you don't want me to check it at 5 a.m.
That's bullshit.
Ooh, Laura brought the receipts. She actually looked at the location that he sent, which means there's something not adding up because Jeremy is either dumb or didn't expect her to look at the location because he went over to Sarah Ann's house. How does she know it's Sarah Ann's house? I don't know. It's just a random house. He could have said, that's my bro's house. I don't know.
Bullshit.
Great.
I parked, there's Lost and Found, then there's an alley that cuts back there.
You weren't even in South End. You were north of Uptown, which is where Sarah Ann lives.
Again, how does she know that? Isn't that weird that she knows where someone loves the person she hates? I don't know my enemy's locations. Nobody ever questions that, huh? North of Uptown. What the fuck? That sounds like it was made up for a song. What the hell? But she knows where Sarah Ann lives, and she knows he was there. And he lied. Lying about that detail is probably the nail in the coffin, Jeremy.
I literally knew. I knew when I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning. I was like, I would fucking bet my bottom that you were with Sarah Ann.
She bet her whole ass on it. And it's gone, so she won.
I don't have anything else to say.
And that's how the episode ends. Jeremy gets caught with his hands in the cookie jar, and he doesn't even deny it. So I don't know if that means Laura and Jeremy are out, which means the couples that started, most of them are not making it. We started with Kenneth, Brittany, they're gone. Jimmy and Chelsea are still here, which is the worst part. AD and Claire are still here. That's kind of cool. That one couple that I never talk about, they've been fine, so I'm just leaving them alone. And then these two, I think they're done. How many people are going to make it to the altar? My bet is 3.
So I kind of got myself into a little bit of trouble.
So at the start of this episode, Laura was supposed to meet Jeremy's parents, but refused to come because of all the stuff that's happened with Sarah Ann. So this leaves Jeremy to talk to the mom by himself and probably figure out what he's gonna do with this experiment moving forward.
Nothing inappropriate happened. It turned out to be like 4:30 in the morning at that point, and she was gonna get an Uber, and I was like, how far away do you live? She was like 8 minutes away. So I was like, cool, I'll just drive you home.
If the Uber's only 8 minutes away, just take the Uber. Oh my God. It's because you love her. It's because you want to marry her and have babies with her and don't want to have babies with Laura, huh? Why didn't you just tell Laura that? I can't believe I'm siding with Laura, a person who threw you under the bus for no reason.
No big deal, whatever. So literally drove her there. We talked for a few more minutes and I just left. Came back home. Like nothing happened.
Bro, even the mom is like, nothing? Jeremy, I'm not Laura's mom, but I'm siding with her. What the hell was that, Jeremy?
You're lucky it wasn't me.
That actually, he's really lucky it wasn't you because you're his mom. That would be way worse if it was you that he was with. I know what she meant. If she was in Laura's shoes, she would go apeshit. And Laura has every right to do so. And I think the mom speaks for most girls who probably can look at the situation and be like, yeah, I don't think there's a good solution or a good answer you could give me. Waking up, finding my fiance not there at 5:30 in the morning, instead was with the other girl who he could have been with. I can't really defend that either, and I don't want to. I think Jeremy has just not been responsible for his actions, and that's a really shitty thing to do. So I don't know what's gonna happen between them. But I don't know what's gonna happen between Jimmy and Chelsea. We're back.
We're grabbing some barbecue, gonna introduce Chelsea to my family.
There he is. You see him? He's got a big smile on his face.
Yeah, that sounds about it. There's his family. I could have guessed that.
You know I'm ready for a relationship.
When you look at America, it's just like, America! Those 3 people.
I want someone that I can spend my life with and be a best friend and pick me up when I'm down and I can talk to about anything, and Chelsea is that.
So Jimmy takes Chelsea to meet the family, and you know what? Jimmy's family are splendid, lovely people. They seem like very good souls. Chelsea also seems to be behaving, not talking about Jimmy having sex with her. It's a great day for everyone.
I will say marriage is really hard. So what makes you think you're ready for that? Because I've been married for 3 years, not as long as them, but...
God, I will say marriage is really hard. I've been married 3 years. It's really hard. I want to get divorced every day. Of course it's hard, you crazy. Why would it be easy, man? It's not like you just scratch a lotto ticket with the lotto. It's like a relationship with someone for the rest of your life. You spend a half of your life not knowing what to do. You have to learn the other half. Stop, lady.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah. We communicate so well.
No, you don't. Stop lying to these people. Stop. That was the worst lie I've ever heard on Love is Blind. You communicate like a blind person communicate to a deaf person. It's just not gonna work, man.
We've had a couple fights, but it hasn't been any deal breakers.
I don't even think they've been fights. They've just been, conversations and...
There have not been conversations. There have been fights. If that's how you talk to people, I don't want to know how you fight with people. Holy shit, that's just a straight up lie. What? What are you doing, Chelsea? She's like doing the opposite, where she's like, no, everything's great. Everything's not great. You guys are falling apart. You should listen to the sister. Marriage is hard. I just can't do it. I don't like it.
I'm so grateful that we had a conflict and see how we both handle being angry or upset.
Conflict comes, it either makes you or it breaks you.
Oh my God, that guy's chewing really hard. Chewed the hell out of whatever that was. I'm sorry, I got distracted.
And we've handled it amazing.
Well, she's really, she's got a very good attitude.
Okay, well, they like her, so that's good. Now it's AD bringing Clay to meet her family, and things are, as usual, woo! These episodes are very boring in my opinion. I feel like meeting the family doesn't really matter because in many cases you can see that these dudes don't even make it to the altar. Like, it's good to see the couples who get married and be like, oh, okay, there's the family. But then when they don't, it's just like, oh, okay. Sad, I guess.
I'm excited for you to meet the man because last night I had planned like arts and crafts, wrote out 25 reasons why I think you're amazing.
AD, come here. I've been doing this all night. It's very cute, right? It's beautiful. I don't know the circumstance, so I'm going to say this with a grain of salt. But let's say your man is working, right? And he is trying to be a businessman, whatever, take care of his family and everyone else. And you come home with 25 questions like you're the fucking Riddler. It's probably not going to make him happier that he has to come home and do that. I'm not saying that it's not cute. It's very cute. And on the right day, that's the coolest thing. But like, if that's every day, and I don't know if it is, then it's probably conceivable sometimes he won't be able to put in the same energy. Yeah, I like the sky. Carry on.
Bought him like all these things. I wrote him a card and I like set it up on the island and it's still sitting there. You look good.
Look at you with this.
Clay comes out and he starts kissing AD in front of AD's mother, proving my point. Everyone's on fucking hallucinogenics because they're way too comfortable around people that they should be respectful of. I just don't understand. If I'm from the wrong culture, I'll probably shake the parent's hand and hold my girlfriend like, you know, oh, she's buddy. Definitely not tapping that ass, right?
We go through as your mother and father, that's our stuff. Just saying, I'm gonna mess this up. It's just like that self-sabotage because you have to figure out your own stuff for yourself.
AD's mom and Clay's mom are two of the coolest moms. They both understand communication and life. And even though they're both divorced, it can show you can be pretty evolved as a person and the other person may not get there. And it's all about who you choose. And sometimes that decision is hard, sometimes it'll take longer, but it matters because at the end of the day, these two people show me that they're very, very highly intelligent women, and maybe the men couldn't keep up in this situation. I don't know. But they're giving great advice to these two individuals, and hopefully they can use that advice to their advantage because it's always good to have that knowledge.
Like, I love you.
Love you too.
Oh, okay. So after that great advice, we're back to Chelsea and Jimmy. And they're just in love with each other and everything's great.
But you
Babe, last night,
you can't be cranky at me.
I can be cranky with you.
Come on, babe, don't be cranky with me, babe.
That was the most reasonable thing for me to do.
Come on, babe. Don't do this to me.
It was one of my friend's birthdays.
You didn't ask me.
I did ask. You were already bundled up. You did not have any desire to go with me, and I don't blame you. I went and had one drink.
A very short time, so I will give.
So this is like the opposite of Jeremy, where Jimmy's like, hey, look, I was just gone for an hour. I'm back. I went to have a drink with a friend, come back. I told you where I was, and I came back. And Chelsea's still crazy about like the situation. Can you imagine if Chelsea and Jeremy were together? Chelsea would have exploded.
Girls in the pod said, hey, your man's out. Where are you? That was more embarrassing.
I didn't see anybody. I didn't talk to anybody last
I
night.
know, but they saw you.
They.
Mackenzie.
So some girl from the pod saw him and then asked where she was. And because they asked where she was, she got sad because she wasn't there, even though he asked her to come and she said no. Chelsea is a... Chelsea.
I don't even know what Mackenzie looks like.
She knows what you look like.
I wasn't out. Other girls from the pod.
I think all the girls are like, why is he out and you're not with him?
Sorry, just had to breathe. If you're gonna worry about what other girls say and stuff, you might as well not be in a relationship because that's just going to self-sabotage you to the end of time. If you, again, I keep referring it back to, there's an episode that I watched in Love is Blind Sweden where this girl, Amanda, had got told by the other contestants that her partner may have had a baby with someone. And she said, until I see proof, I'm not going to feed into that. And then they got married. And everything was great. And they had an actual baby themselves. Wow. This is like the opposite. This is like, hey, noticed that your man was out alone. Just wanted to know where you were. And then you're like, oh my God, he's cheating on me. He's driving home from work. He never does that. It's way too much. You're feeding into this way too much. You're caring about what other people think way too much. It's not even a relationship between you and him. It's a relationship between you, him, and everyone else that you're letting into your world for no reason. Chelsea, that's gonna never get you good stuff. off.
I do like to go out and like have drinks socially, like maybe going to a brewery on a Saturday and getting home
But
at a
maybe
decent
that's
time
not
and
what I
going to bed.
want. You said you did not do anything in the pods. You said
You said you just fucking existed in the pods. You're like Patrick Star. You just lay down like a starfish and I climb on top of you and you never leave, but money somehow keeps doubling up so that I can afford to live. Don't do anything. Be in my company 24/7.
I'm not into going out. I'm not like, you sat there and lied to me.
I
And
didn't
then
lie to you.
I hear from someone who
I said I
knows
love
you.
going to wine bars. Like,
wow, this conversation started because he got home after an hour. Can you imagine having a drink, having a beer, feeling like you're in heaven, and then coming back and this happens? Chelsea.
Going to cocktail bars, and I like getting home at a decent
Then
time.
I hear your man is out. Like, where are you? How embarrassing. Like, it's.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really.
How embarrassing. Jimmy is like, I feel sorry for Jimmy more and more each time, just knowing that like he does normal shit and then like he comes home and she's like, what are you doing? Oh, you were home 3 minutes late. You don't normally get home 3 minutes late. Who are you fucking?
I do like to go out every once in a while.
And I don't
But I
don't
just
like
want
that,
you to
so why'd
understand
you
where
lie
I'm
to
at.
me?
I want you to understand where I'm at because I haven't went out in 3 months. So excuse
Either
me.
have I. Either
Exactly.
have I.
Did she say either have I? Either I haven't also done stuff.
I can't speak to you. I can speak to what I
turn down my
want.
friends. I say, hey, you know what? I'm really in the process of this shit. I'm really trying to like dive into this man.
Well, he's not a pool. He's a fucking human being, firstly. But turning down your friends shows how unhealthy your relationship is, that you need to focus on this man. Ideally, hopefully, if I'm in a relationship that is healthy, I have friends of my own. Friends may be mutual, and she has friends of her own that when she says, I'm going out, I don't say, when are you getting back? I say, have a great time. I cannot wait to hear about it. Hopefully, we have that level of communication, trust, and understanding, because if we don't, life is going to be just an anxious day-to-day mess. So Chelsea, you got to really figure out what it is you want, because things that she's saying are not adding up to the things she's doing, and I feel like she wants a healthy relationship, but she is sabotaging it all with these little things of her own that she can't seem to see.
And you don't give two shits. Babe.
Yeah, literally that reaction, that like, can you imagine your partner saying, I'm trying to dive into you and you don't care? What would you say? Like, do it, let's go.
And then I find out you're with your girls? That's not cool with me. It's not cool with me.
I thought it was cool with you. He took you to meet them. Oh my God. I'm not even in this relationship and I'm out of here.
If it's offending you that I have girlfriends, whole nother issue.
Who were you with last night?
Oh my God. I'm not gonna sit here and talk to you about this.
I don't know. Who is he with? Was he with President Lincoln? Who is he with? Huh? This is crazy. And I have to figure it out. And if I can guess who I'm with, I get to stay in the house that night. That is really good.
You're not being respectful to me.
How am I not being respectful to you?
How, every day, who do you hang out with?
He said, how am I not being respectful? She said, how? Every day. Who do you hang out with? She just strung together as many random words as she could to make something happen there.
Where do you go when you're not here?
I have been with you every...
Where do you go when you work?
That's where we're not on the same page.
Where do you go when you work?
Here.
Probably to work. Probably this motherfucker goes to work when he's at work. Probably. I'm just gonna make an estimated guess that when he's not with you, he's working. But okay, carry on.
Really?
Here.
To you.
If you're fishing for me to tell you that I text my girlfriends all the time,
I see.
if you want to sign up with me, you have to sign up for all my friends too.
Maybe a harsh comment, and maybe, again, I keep saying if there's one thing that I just think Jimmy doesn't understand is how to word things, because that is not the right way to say that. But everyone is an extension of their friends, right? And their close friends are people that you're probably going to have to see and be around to some capacity. When you see their friends, you probably see, okay, this is an extension of their personality, and I'm going to have to either be okay with that or not. And Chelsea's clearly not okay that he has two girlfriends. There is a caveat to this that we'll learn off later. But Chelsea, who said that she was jealous, then said she really likes them and now is jealous again, is flip-flopping.
It's a respect.
I'll take a step back from hanging out with girlfriends if that's what you want.
But
you haven't asked me.
Yes, I have, but you apparently haven't fucking listened.
When? Tell me right now.
So we finally got to a conclusion. Jimmy is like, look, you haven't even asked me to step away from being with my friends. my girlfriends. And if you want that, you'll have to tell me. So he just flat out asked her, is that something you want? And she says, hell yes. And this is what he says.
Of course I do, and I told you that.
I'm not willing to take a step back.
Mic drop. Mic. This man set this bitch up like in real time. He just said, well, just say that you want it. And she's like, I want it. And he's like, well, I'm not giving it to you, fucker. And then just leaves. That's the coldest shit I've ever done, seen happen to someone who's about to marry someone else. This is like Michael Jordan after hitting the game winner and just walking off like, oh, you thought you were gonna win. That's gangster. I've never seen a potential husband do this to his potential wife. The issue is actually deeper than it seems, and it ends with this cultivated mess that is this.
I don't have a physical relationship with them. I want you to trust me.
Yeah, you do though. You fucking do. You told me you fucked her.
Why are we still here?
So, off camera, Jimmy tells Chelsea that he, at some point, engaged with a relationship with her. He probably said it to Chelsea, not to make her feel insecure, but to do the opposite. Now, I don't know how you feel about that. I could see it going either way. I think it's a conversation worth having, but clearly, for the sake of this girl and Jimmy, he didn't want to say it on camera. However, Chelsea decided to use that against him. And there's the classic saying that is among guys, we throw it around the fireplace. Don't tell people, especially girls, your innermost secrets because they will use that against you. I've had it happen before. It's the shittiest thing that's ever happened. Jimmy is going through it as well. This is a big F you.
And the fact that you're saying you're unwilling, no, I don't give a fuck. I know you fucked her, and you told me that.
Because I want you to trust me.
And I do trust you.
Again, Jimmy, the way Jimmy words things is just hilarious. She's like, you told me you fucked her, and he's like, because I want you to trust me. Trust me, I fucked her. You trust me, I did it. Jimmy, word that better, please.
I told you off camera that, like,
I know, but then
I don't want to talk about that.
I'm sorry.
It was a one.
You're not single.
It was a one-time thing.
Okay, but you're not single anymore.
It was a one.
Which one do you think it was? I forgot their names. Can you leave it in the comments below? I think it's the one who is like got blonde hair. Am I allowed to say? I don't know. Shit, I'm not married to him.
Each other when I'm gone out of town.
It's because they care about.
It's because of what? You're not single Jimmy anymore. You're not.
You like her voice when she gets like frantic. She's like Pokemon. She's normal Chelsea, evolved Chelsea, frantic Chelsea. You're not even single anymore, so don't even say that. There's like lots of other shit just going on with her voice.
Who were you with last night?
I was with 8 fraternity brothers and 2 of their girlfriends. Do you think I'm lying to you about that?
Yeah, I do, because I heard from other people that you were not with just fraternity brothers.
Who?
Okay, yeah, let's start trusting other people in this relationship. Let's bring everyone. Do you take Jimmy, Mackenzie, who's watching Jimmy, Mackenzie's friend who's watching her, Dante, Devontae, DeAndre, all of them to marry us and a group holy matrimony?
Who? Mackenzie?
Who were you with? I know it was
Jacob
Jess.
Lee, West. I was not with Jess. I've never saw Jess.
I heard it was Jess.
Oh. Wait, is this not about... Was this not literally just about the other girl that he's friends with? Now it's about Jess, the person in the pods who Chelsea thinks is so attractive that she's like scared that Jimmy is 24/7 trying to bang her. Even though Jimmy said he made his choice and it's completely Chelsea. Since when was this about Jess? Why is this about so many different things? This is what happens when you can't have a proper conversation. You start bringing up all these other points that don't make sense just because you want to feel right or some sort of validation, because it doesn't get us anywhere.
Oh my goodness.
How embarrassing.
I was not with Jess.
All right.
I was not with Jess. I swear to God, I was not with Jess.
All right. Well, I was in bed and you were out.
You know what I think?
At a bar.
I think you're fishing.
She's fishing. She's goddamn fishing for whales or something, man. She is just throwing a net into the sea, hoping to find something. That's crazy what she just said. To quote Laura, it gives me the... Her sense of insecurity has got her to this point, and if she drops that, she's actually going to have a healthy relationship. But that's going to be a hard thing to do, because it takes a lot of self-reflection and owning up to your mistakes. Isn't it easier to just blame someone else?
You think I'm fishing?
Yeah. We have already talked about this last night, and you never mentioned the Jess thing until tonight.
I felt like shit last night. It made me really sad.
She sounded like Sesame Street character.
It made me sad. I can't believe you went out and fucked these hoes.
So she didn't say anything because it made her sad, but she wanted him to know how she was feeling even though she didn't say anything because it made her sad. So she gave him a paradox to solve and then got mad that he couldn't solve it. Do you see what the problem is here? and why relationships get immature and broken down because of this. The point is that if you have this issue where you're creating your own problems and then pushing it onto other people, nobody's going to be willing to stay because that's an issue that is literally coming from yourself that you're pushing onto other people. And the longer that person stays, the longer it degrades the relationship. It's just really, things are going to be very bad. There's no way to win if she constantly feels a certain way, doesn't say it, and then blames someone for not asking how she feels.
You're bringing up Jess and Mackenzie. I didn't see Mackenzie. I damn sure didn't see Jess. To me, it sounds like you're fishing. You don't even have an explanation for it. Just to make an appearance for a friend's birthday.
Okay, so this is it. I'm gonna say something. You're gonna stand up for yourself. I'm gonna start crying. Tactic number 4. If I cry hard enough, maybe you'll feel sorry for me. Chelsea is using every damn tactic in the book here. I'm
gonna be honest with you. I don't think that's unreasonable. But if you're gonna sit here and tell me that this is changing how you feel, it changes how I feel too.
Oh, this dude laughed at her. You gonna tell me how I feel? I'm out. I'm out. I'm leaving.
I love you. I'm in this for you. Met my family. You don't want to be with me anymore?
Damn, dude, laughing all of I'm in it for you. Baby girl, I'm leaving now. Damn, just start laughing at someone who's crying and leave. Jimmy's is becoming gangster.
You think it's okay just to say because you're emotional? Do you not think that I care about you?
You don't.
I don't care to be with you either.
Damn. So this fight ends with Jimmy saying, I don't really care to be with you because Chelsea doesn't care to be with him. And hopefully, God's sake, they break up, honestly.
It's not gonna work, Chelsea.
Okay.
So much fighting, so much tension, so much bullshit, so little time. We're almost at the end, but we're not quite there yet. And Chelsea and Jimmy have promised me they're gonna break up, so hopefully they follow through on that. All right, episode 11 is called Toxic, as if the other 10 episodes were not. It starts off with Jimmy laughing at his potential wife because that's the most gangster thing I've ever seen a person do when they're about to get married. Laugh it off and then leave while your wife is crying. That's gangster.
I apologize, and the things that I said were things that were bothering me and really heavy on my heart. Was my delivery good? No.
Man, this is like watching someone commit crimes and then be like, you know, at the time I was just not feeling myself. Obviously, I was like, it's good that you're like understanding this, but it's happened so many times now that like I could see a pattern. She does something, she says some way out of pocket shit. The next day, she's like, I'm really sorry, but you have to understand at the time. And then you have a choice to be like, oh, okay, I see where you're coming from. Or I get it, but I want you to be accountable so that we don't keep doing the same shit time and time again.
It was horrible, but like for you to just throw in the towel if having a bad night is like that.
Oh, she said a bad night. She had an off night, bro. Steph Curry has an off night. That was an off life, bro. That was like a really bad like take on things. I don't know if that was a bad night. Just people like, oh, I'm sorry, honey. I mistakenly said all the wrong shit. I just had an off night. I'll be better tomorrow. I'll be back on though. I'll say things like I love you instead of I hate you. You have a small dick. Like, I'm sorry I said that.
Just because we had a hiccup, things aren't gonna be easy. When things get tough, like I need to know that you're not just gonna walk away from me.
You know what the thing is? Like, people say stuff like, things aren't gonna be easy. And it's like, no, things should be easy. Things actually should be easier. Yeah, obviously not everything's gonna be easy. There will be conflicts. But if things get harder just by being with someone, I don't know if that's a good reason to be with them. As soon as I marry you, I'm supposed to feel pain. This is supposed to feel like hell. That's why I want to go to heaven. That's why I'm marrying you. Till death do us apart, and I can't wait to die.
What else can I do to make you feel like, or this could be a yes?
I need you never to cross the line on the things you cross the line on.
Okay, so she's like, hey, partner, what can I do to make this better? And he's like, all I need you to do is not whatever you did yesterday. I cannot believe that I'm saying this. Jimmy is I guess he's the mature one. I don't know. Neither of them really are, but it's more Jimmy.
The other night.
I never, ever, ever, ever want to argue like that ever again.
And yet you do. I don't know. It's just... All right, that's fine. I mean, you gotta ask yourself who's starting the arguments. It's not like Jimmy's busting through the door. Where have you been? oh, you're right here again, not moving like a sloth. Like, he's not starting fights. He's just coming home and she's like, you haven't kissed me enough. I hate that you love Jess. She's sexier than me and you think it. Even though you don't say it, I know you think it. It's like every day it's a different thing for Jimmy. Just his face in constant shock and agony is like the normal face of a guy who's like, oh, again?
Ever.
Yeah, me either. I love you, I care about you, and I really want to try. She's so damn hard not to forgive.
But don't do it, Jimmy. Crack is hard not to do, yet we still don't do it because we're like, even though it's good in theory, in life it's bad. Jimmy, she's your crack. Don't smoke her. So we're at a beach party or some sort of party. Everyone's meeting for the second time. Last time this happened, Jimmy got in trouble because he always gets in trouble. Jeremy also got in trouble, but now Jeremy is not there with his partner. He's there and she's there, Laura is there, but they're not together because of that fight. So we're gonna see some real shit happen. And guess what else is happening? It is the day where they meet those contestants. It's Love is Blind, toxic season, where they bring in the other contestants who you could have had a relationship with to see if you actually care about your partner or you really just want to bang that other person.
Think that she has respect for other women? Absolutely not. And the way it was handled after, you guys, when I left, I didn't hear not one word from him.
He ain't it, sis. He ain't it.
Thank you.
Says the woman who has been non-stop fighting with her man. I don't think you should take advice from Chelsea. This is my worst part is when you have relationships and like other people start interjecting and then you look at their relationships and you're like, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I taking advice from Ronald McDonald on how to eat healthier? I'm not doing this. Chelsea, you gotta focus on yourself. But Laura is right. Jeremy sort of like left. He didn't say anything. He owes her a lot more than that, I would say. And it seems like that other girl, Sarah Ann, might be like, I don't even think it's Laura's fault. Like, Jeremy's just a roamer.
Like, this is where I'm at. I don't think the guy ever cared for me. I think he was fake as shit in the pods. I don't know why he came here.
You picked him, though. You gotta hold everyone accountable in this series. Nobody in season 6, except those two people, the ones that I can't even remember their names. Those are the only two. I'm just leave them out of this. Everyone else has some sort of issues. It could be big, it could be small, but everybody's got some. Laura, you chose Jeremy for reasons unknown to man. You clearly didn't like his shirts, the way he acted, his jokey personality. Why?
And I think he has feelings for Sarah and he doesn't know how to process.
Hey! Yo!
And that's the last time those two are friends. I'll tell you about that in the reunion, but anyway.
Oh, fuck me.
I'm sweating.
Fuck me. Can I drown myself?
You can. I mean, you shouldn't, but you can. Sorry, factually speaking, it's possible. So yeah, Jeremy meets with Jimmy and they look the same to me in a one shot, I guess. White man, baseball hat, glasses. Is that a starter pack for all?
I tried sending her flowers. She's like, I don't need anything from you. And then follows that up with, it sucks to know that your name went from fiance to just Jeremy. In what world would I try to fight for something like that?
Okay, so Jeremy's point of view is that she's really mean. But we gotta understand, like I looked at it the first time and I was like, yeah, Jeremy, yeah, she is being mean. And then I thought about it and I was like, but why though? I mean, would she be mean if you didn't do the stuff that you did? Like, is there really a way out of it? Does she really want answers to something she's already seen in her head? And can you prove her wrong? Because if you could say, if Sarah Ann came out and was like, no, we were just talking, he said all this shit, I'm so sorry, it would probably be different. But it wasn't like that. So it feels like Jeremy's just trying to latch on to something that he doesn't even want. And I don't know if Laura does either. Again, I keep saying, those two are like so mismatched. It's like a cat and a dog.
Damn, there he is, Bobby!
Oh, my boy. The Neanderthal. Trevor is back. Ah, yes. And he's got his mullet cut off. He's looking like a new evolved dude. Well, not evolved. He's still there. But, he's looking like a man.
Trevor is normally what I go for. Beefy.
Yep, Trevor's a beefy boy.
It's a beefcake right there. Y'all.
Oh my God, AD. If AD could maybe not do this once in a while. That was a high pitch. Dogs could hear that one. Mackenzie's there from the Pod Squad. I only know Mackenzie because she was the person that Chelsea talked about who was spying on Jimmy, so I already don't like her. And Jess, the person who was really mean at the start, who I just want to say gets way better as the season goes on. I can't believe I'm saying it, but anyway.
Jimmy? Oh, not a church hug.
Well, My day just got a lot worse.
So then Jimmy touches Trevor and he laughs like a caveman. He's not helping his case. Like everyone's just playing to their, like what they do. Trevor's a caveman, Jimmy is constantly in chaos, AD makes squealing noises, Clay's not there, he's fashionably late as usual.
Seeing Jess, it's tough. She left me with a lot of emotions, and Jess is very good looking. I am attracted to her.
I knew it! This man has the fucking short pants on and the stupid sandals, that puka shell shit. Why do guys do... It's always the white guys, huh? Why does everyone dress like they want to be in Hawaii, even though they're not? And now he's meeting Jessica, and he's got them Adam Sandler sandals from 50 First Dates. Adam Sandler is the only person who can look gangster in 3 or 4 quarter short pants, okay?
It's a scary thing, falling for someone and having 2 amazing women that you really care about.
Hey, Jimmy.
It turns out Jessica and Jimmy talk, and I thought this was the moment it's all gonna go to shit. I thought Jimmy was gonna see Jessica, be like, ah, Chelsea, F you, I'm out of this shit. This goes completely the opposite of what I thought about. I was talking about how mean Jess came off in the pause. Immediately apologize. I thought that Jimmy was gonna be like trying to dog up on her, and he's like, no, I'm with Chelsea. And they both talk about how he should make Chelsea happy. So these are 2 people clearly are more mature than I had thought.
What's up?
It's really you. I want you to be good to her.
See, they did that. They fucking did. They did that for Netflix. They wrote that line. I want you. And then like it cuts. And then the actual thing is, I want you to be good to her, Jimmy. Jess actually says the good shit instead of the, I'm gonna steal this guy's man. Girl's man, sorry. Chelsea's a girl. I know that.
That night that you told Chelsea that you loved her, I lost it. Oh my God, I cried more that night than I've probably cried my whole life.
You had a kid with someone else. This guy, you never even seen him. What? Okay, all right, whatever. The kid was like, that was just like a one-time thing. Jimmy was the real love of her life. Jimmy, the guy she hadn't seen till right now. Okay.
Sorry I put you in that.
Come to think about it, like you never really did just flat out say how you felt about me.
I
Like
think you're like
not...
the smartest person I've ever met. I think you're like...
What? What the fuck are these people? Jimmy, you're 27 years. You met her through a wall and she's the smart... In that case, ChatGPT is the smartest person I've ever met, I guess.
Told me I'll be holding my breath when I see you.
I said, you better have that EpiPen on you because your airways are going to close. Yeah, I was gassing myself way too much.
Okay, like now I was like, oh, okay, well that's snarky, I like that. And then she also explained that she was just overdoing it, so formally apologized there. I hate doing it, but like, she's actually definitely more mature than I had thought. And like, I really just assumed she was gonna come here and make trouble, but she did the complete opposite. So you gotta give props where props are due, honestly.
Well,
I was the one who was about to fall out and need a medic. I was so sure I'd practiced how I was gonna shake your hand. For real, I was.
Oh my God, he laughed like actual, not like a passive aggressive, I'm gonna kill you and walk out on you laugh. That was an actual like, oh, I'm having fun. This is what fun feels like? He had that laugh. Oh my God, it's over for you, Chelsea.
I was gonna try and keep it so cool and respectful, and you went in for a hug, and I was like, damn.
if you give someone a portion of what you gave to me, someone's gonna be the luckiest man in the world.
I mean, you know, some people will be like, oh, how dare you say that? But I think that's normal. I think that's fine. That just means that's like, I respect you. You know, I hope that wherever you end up, it's good. And so I feel like that's respectful still. They're not like talking about things like, oh, you're sexy.
You were my #1 still.
Okay, that's disrespectful. He said, you are my #1 still while trying to marry Chelsea. But he didn't say that.
To be around you and not, like, it still stings a little. But I'm happy for you guys. I really am.
Yeah, okay. Like I said, Jess is actually not a bad person. I don't know enough about her. Like, if we actually got to see her with a couple, like, is she really like this? Is she like that? But, like, coming off from the 2 different episodes, they cancel each other out, so I'm neutral in that sense.
Hey, guys!
Speaking of Sarah Ann, she's here! I gotta work on my whispering skills.
Hey, y'all. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, Laura said, hey, y'all. It's like she's one person. I don't know if she's calling her fat. Like, oh, hey, y'all. Hey, group. Hey, team. It's just me. Hey, crew.
Good. Hi. How are you?
I actually learned this. I don't know if this is true. Can any girl back me up? When girls have that super high-pitched voice, it's like they're not actually friends. Like, hey, how It's like, I don't care about you, I want to kill you in real life. But I won't say that, I'm just trying to be civil. Some people just have a high voice, but like, I think this is the, ooh, if you touch my man, I'll kill you type beat.
Oh, it's so awkward.
Ooh, what's up?
How are you?
Also, they don't make eye contact, you know? Like when I meet my homie, I'm like, what's up, my bro? And I look him dead in the eye and he's like, please don't do that, bro. When it's like two girls who are like, hi, how are you? And they're looking everywhere else. It's like, if I make eye contact, I'm gonna punch you. This is like Mike Tyson fighting.
Girl,
Yeah.
how do you feel?
I'm just surprised she had the audacity to come today.
Chelsea dog.
Nope, that's not a thing, but all right.
Oh!
He's actually a caveman. Chelsdock! Approach me.
Did you hear I bawled my fucking eyes out?
I'm really sorry.
I learned so much. I'm glad it's Jimmy because I love Jimmy.
Yeah.
There is a crazy thing happening here. Trevor is everyone's favorite person. We love Trevor. However, I have some news that is not going to be on this episode, so I'm teasing you to watch the next one. That might change your opinion on Trevor. I won't say anything because I don't want to spoil it. But good old Trevor might not be so good after all. That's all I'm saying. But over here right now, what he's saying about learning and not actually holding it against her is great.
If orders were switched and I went first,
Yeah.
would there be a different outcome?
There wouldn't have been, just because Jimmy and I had a conversation.
That's really good. I mean, damn, I didn't even know Chelsea was going to say that. I thought she was going to look at him and be like, okay, beefy boy, I want to switch right now, actually. And for the record, I think Trevor and Chelsea might have been a more stable couple. I don't know if they would have lost it, but I think Trevor's style of communication or his style of reassurance might have fit Chelsea's a little better than Jimmy's. Jimmy is just like living life. He's not every day kissing up on her and being like, hey, just want to let you know yet again, you are the only girl in the world for me and I will never ever look at someone else or I will throw my eyes in a ditch.
You were my number one up until
the last day when I wasn't.
Yeah.
Damn you. It's okay.
I'm really sorry, and you know, I care about you and I did love you.
All right, whenever they do this on Love is Blind, it's like, you met him through a wall. Stop. You're the most honest relationship I've ever known. You knew him through a wall for like 8 days. Stop.
Talking to you is really nice for me. I feel like life with you would be really fun. It's been hard to give you sometimes. I got everything I needed from you every single day.
Okay, well, I mean, that's an honest thing to say, isn't it? Like, I don't think these are crossing boundaries. Since they're gonna bring these people here, you might as well vent over your feelings because those are conversations that you don't want to hold within you and then let that fester and grow over time, right? So she's saying what she needs to, Jimmy said what he needs to, and both of them are pretty mature about the situation. If they could just be mature with each other for once in a fucking while, maybe I wouldn't have to listen to them argue because I can hear it through the wall.
Isn't it weird to like depict if you just think the person's attractive because you really like them? Or like if you had never met them, would you still think they're attractive? Either way, I think you're attractive.
It was very sweet that this man is like finding her very attractive. Not that someone can't, she's very good looking. Like he's like, mentally, physically, all of the above, I really find you attractive, and that's very nice. It's good to have that. So, you know, props on Trevor. That's not that Jimmy doesn't find her attractive. He just thought for some reason she was gonna look exactly like Megan Fox.
I'm glad you kept the bracelet.
Yeah.
I have mine still.
You want us to... We need the app. Listen, Jimmy, I'm thinking of your fiance.
Then they make a little joke about, you know, using that Fitbit shit that you use to think about people. You know, you tap it 3 times and it turns orange when you're horny. I don't know. I never had one of those. I'm just saying, you give it to someone. But apparently they both still have it. A little memento, if you will.
Okay?
Are you okay?
I'm great.
I feel uncomfortable, Jimmy. I would like a kiss on the cheek.
You want one?
Jimmy kisses Chelsea, and then Jimmy also kisses Trevor. So I guess this is love.
My angel came to save me.
I want a fucking hug, dude.
I do love you.
Have you met our strongest couple right now?
Hey.
Things are going good for approximately 3 seconds before Chelsea says the strongest couple isn't Jimmy and Chelsea, but those other 2 that I keep forgetting. I called him Macklemore ages ago, and I just can't even begin to remember what his name is. I'm gonna go with Ben. It's not. Ben and Vanessa. None of that's correct, but those two.
What did I say?
How do you think that makes me feel?
Maybe. I was just being goofy.
It was good. I needed to do that.
I'm glad. I'm really glad. You feel okay? You feel like...
Trevor's so fucking loud. He's not even near the shot, and all I can hear is him talking. I'm trying to hear this conversation, see if these people are gonna fight for the 8th time. This is like one of the greatest fight. You know when you have rematches, Muhammad Ali versus Sonny Liston or something? This is that. Just every single time they're going back at it.
Yeah.
I feel 1,000 times better.
Good. I'm glad. I love you.
Love you too.
Oh, okay, so, okay, then we'll figure it out. He said you insulted me a little bit, like Goodfellas, just a little bit, but he didn't do anything about it. So I think, finally, after talking to 2 people, Chelsea and Jimmy are going to be fine. It took a long time, but I think everything's gonna be all right.
I made it pretty well known the other day that I was pretty upset with some of the things that was said. I said I wanted to try. I was 100% ready to try.
So Laura has a lot of, I might have said this before, Laura's got a lot of stuff, I think. she's very controlling, all this other stuff. One thing I really like about her is no matter how mad she seems to be, she does let people talk. And I think that's a big skill, no matter how angry you are. And clearly she's angry. She's waving her hair back and forth like she's ready to punch this man, but she's still listening, so.
I just kept getting rude responses. When I tell you I want to send you something.
I politely declined to give you my address and said no thank you because flowers is not what I'm looking for.
No. True. Imagine, like, I'm trying to put myself in her shoes. Some girl I really like goes to house of her ex, stays there for 5 a.m., sends me flowers. I want receipts, motherfucker. Give me the receipts. Don't give me flowers. I don't need that shit. If I want flowers, I can go outside. I don't need that.
We're gonna disagree with that.
I said no thank you. And I even
you did not
misspelled
say
it.
it.
Pull the text up right now because I'm fucking tired of you doing this bullshit where you take things and you flip it around.
Okay, so there's a he said, she said here, and nobody pulls up the text. I don't know who to believe here. Apparently, someone is being mean, someone isn't. I'm not sure. All I can go off is that Jeremy said something and that was a lie last time, so I'm leaning more to Laura's side, and she also said pull up the text. It wasn't even like it was her idea too, so I don't know. They might be the next couple to go.
We're clearly not gonna have a civil conversation about this, that's fine.
I'll come get the rest of my shit tomorrow.
I already packed it up, so it's already ready to go.
You already packed up my shit?
He's very clean. Remember the start episode he said, I keep my house extremely clean. She said, I love that. Now he's keeping it clean by packing her shit. At least he didn't throw it out the driveway. It's insulting. It's insulting to say the least. Seems like this shit is over.
I don't know what expected from this conversation. You made your mind up a week ago.
I didn't.
As far as I'm
I didn't.
Agree to disagree.
I'm not gonna agree on shit.
Disagree to disagree then. This is Love is Blind, right? You meet someone in the pods and then you proceed to get blinder as the days go on because you can't even see why you fell in love with them. That's what this show's about.
Everybody can feel the tension between us. Can we at least just put it aside for today? I do want to try and have a good time with the people that are around here.
Why the fuck is that your concern?
Okay, that's hard then. Bad. This is really bad. She's standing by a tree looking down on him. He's not even willing to get up off his seat. I don't even know what to say. This couple should have never been a thing. I'm not even saying that like, oh, she's bad or he's bad. I think they both just deserve other people, really. I don't think this one ever should have worked out.
Your engagement just ended. It's absurd. You are not a man. You're not man enough for me. You've never fucking have been, okay?
I guess this is the moment. The engagement ended. You're gonna start saying some dank shit. Jeremy just laughs. It's always better not to say things because you might regret it later, but this is an emotional moment, I guess. So. Do
whatever the fuck you want with whoever the fuck you want.
That's fine.
The narcissism is literally nauseating. I wish you the best.
Same.
It took her, she had to turn around. I don't know if you saw that. She did a 360. She was like, I wanna wish you the best. Like she had like a blood vessel burst, but she still said something nice at the end.
Go kick rocks with open-toed fucking shoes.
It's back to evil. Whenever she turns around and she says some evil shit, then she turns back to face him and says nice things. But I think she's done now. So there that was. Woo, that's great. Everyone's happy.
Did Jeremy leave the door open for you and him?
Sarah Ann is at the party and she's talking to AD, and AD is grilling her like a cheese sandwich because AD knows this is probably not how you're supposed to treat someone else's man, especially if they're still with the person. Like, it's one thing to look at someone and say, oh, you're single. I always thought you was sexy. But if they're with someone, like, you know, perhaps about to get married, you probably wouldn't say, like, think twice. This ass could be all yours, baby.
I didn't tell him, hey, this is how I feel about you. And, you know, like, that was the end of it. And now I wish I had have said something like, hey, are you sure? Is that really your choice? Because shut up.
Actually, shut up, actually. That's a lot of information. I don't actually know what she said. Can someone translate that? Sometimes subtitles, because, like, wow. I mean, Sarah Ann, of all girls, talks like she's Eminem at a rapping contest. It's a bit too fast. Also, I don't understand. What I think she said was she just wanted to vent out how she felt. And Jeremy also felt that way, I think.
I was out drinking for 3+ hours with friends.
That's way too many. Okay, sorry.
All of a sudden, he's there. Sure enough, we had a conversation, finally got to say exactly what I needed.
He sent her his location.
Oh, he dropped me off, and he was not in my apartment.
Whose fault is it, guys? Who am I supposed to? Is it Sarah Ann's? Because at the moment, she's just like, I was drunk, he dropped me off. Like, is that really, or is it his fault for the one who said yes to another woman and then did this? Because I'm gonna have to say Jeremy sucks.
Not cross the line with him, and I did not let him in my house. We were talking. He dropped me off, and I went inside, and I was transparent with him, too. I was like, you need to figure that out with Laura. I'm not going to be in a love triangle.
Yeah, but then you also did create this love triangle. Like, it was just a love. It was like a normal love line. And then you added, like, Sarah Ann. Like, now it's a triangle now. I don't know. I mean, weird to say that after you did it. I would never cheat on someone again.
But is there any way that I can present that Jeremy and Laura are engaged?
That's the thing, is I was
telling you. Girl, make it make sense.
Lady is so right here. Make it make sense. Shut up. Those are the two sentences I would say.
He told me that he's breaking everything off, and I was like, okay. And the message that it was thanking him for the experience, and if anything changes, then I would love the chance to get to know you.
Okay, so we're going back to the message. I think we talked about it. Sarah Ann said some crazy shit. If something changes, let me know. I don't think there was anything wrong with that, per se. Jeremy actually brought it up to Laura, but apparently there is something wrong with that, because you're not supposed to say that. I feel like it's more Jeremy's thing, and like, I thought Jeremy was acting right when he liked the message, and I don't know what else to say. Like, if I was in a committed relationship, someone I loved, and some other mamacita said, hey man, I love to get to know you better, XOXOXO, and then I'd be like, oh, that's very good, but I'm spoken for, and also going to be divorced if you keep doing that, so I'm gonna block you now.
I'm just sorry. And I appreciate your opinion, but also, you know, we're wild.
So don't finish my sentence, or can I? You know she's engaged to this man.
Ooh, the sass. The sass. Gee, oh, Sarah Ann turned into clay for a minute there, huh?
Hang on, if a man stepped out, though, that's not my fault. That's his fault.
He did not cheat.
Okay.
So for you to then circle back?
Yeah, I didn't.
Jeremy.
Like, in the middle of these two fighting, he's like, throw me the ball. Okay. Never mind. Tom Brady over here can't throw a fucking ball.
Why did you not jump for that? And now you just hit. It bounced off the wall. Your friend.
Your friend. We're not friends, buddy. The guy's 13 years old. Can't.
Oh, he's like 4 years old, man, with that throw. I kind of wish that, like, on Love is Blind, of course, Laura is not feeling good, and, like, he just wanted to enjoy the rest of his day. I understand. Like, this is where communication is either a big win or a big L. Like, ideally, that even if things don't work out, you can have a relationship where it's like, I respect you as a person. What we have here is two people who don't respect each other. Jeremy doesn't even respect his own arm strength because he's throwing the ball way over the house.
Laura's my number 2, but she's kind of mean. You okay?
I mean, I guess.
Let's go talk.
So then, Laura gets called mean by Trevor, and Jeremy and Sarah Ann go talk it out because Sarah Ann is feeling kind of throttled by the pressure of all the other girls on Love is Blind who are saying this was not the right move, which I didn't even know was a thing. Like, I didn't know how they were gonna feel, but people didn't really say much about Jeremy, which I was just like, oh, okay, fair, interesting. I didn't think it was gonna go that way.
The message was not bad, in my opinion.
I didn't think it was bad.
I had to sit through 12 hours of this, so you can sit through a couple hours of me, right?
I shouldn't send a message or that the conversation shouldn't happen at a certain specific time. That's not life. If it was, then love would never happen.
That's not life. Otherwise, love wouldn't happen. Love doesn't have a time. My name's Sarah Ann, and I'ma steal your man.
I wasn't about to sit here and allow myself to not say exactly what I needed to say for myself.
And I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry.
Oh, goddamn, she's mad at the sea or something. I'm not sorry, okay? I'm not sorry. To who? Nobody's even around. Just like angry, snarling at the open waters.
I made the wrong decision in the pods. And I think you know that at this point.
What do we do now?
Do you want to go ride jet skis? Let's do it.
We actually have seen this happen in the right way, because I don't know if you remember Zach and that girl. I forget her name. Destiny. Was it Destiny? I don't know. It's like some sort of fate kind of thing. Zach and Fate were married, and Zach chose a different girl at the pods. He expressed to her that they weren't working out. She was pretty mean, pretty person, icky person, Irina or some shit. And he then met up with her. And you'll actually see Zach and Destiny in the reunion because they have had kids and they're doing completely fine. So it's okay to make the wrong choice as long as you acknowledge it, act in the right way, which I think Zach did and this dude probably didn't. So that's important to note. Sometimes stuff is gonna happen, bad stuff's gonna happen. The way you choose to react, the way you protect someone's feelings, or the way you're honest about it matters a big deal.
He's the one that got down on one fucking knee and asked for my hand in marriage. He's the one that was supposed to protect my fucking heart.
I feel sorry for Laura. I genuinely, seeing this scene back, I feel completely sorry for her. Because that's all absolutely true. He proposed, he did this, he made the wrong decision. I think she's already realized that this is not gonna work out. This is just processing those feelings and being like, damn, why did you waste my time? It's not really a waste of time, it just goes to show this type of person, you can't really trust, and you need to make sure of your decision. That's why Love is Blind is not actually, in theory, as good as it seems, because you're marrying someone from a fucking wall. It probably wouldn't always work out, right?
He should have picked her to begin with. He should have never involved me in this situation.
Oh my gosh, I wish I didn't know you.
This is the music that I need at a club. Oh my gosh, I wish I didn't know you. Man, Love is Blind has a song for every emotion. They think we're dodo buds who don't know how to understand emotions because we're so dumb we're watching their stupid show. That's why they have lyrics to songs being like, I feel so sad, I think I'm gonna drown myself. 9 days until Bröllop. Bröllop is the Swedish word for wedding. I know this because I watched Love is Blind Sweden. I'm only gonna call it Bröllop from now on. I know that's not how you say it. I 100% know. It could not be such a white way of saying that.
Bröllop.
Bröllop.
Hi. How are you?
Okay, so Vanessa's meeting everyone, wedding dresses, guys are doing the other thing. I just skipped through this. This is nothing.
So, what's up, guys?
There he is, hands out Nick. Sup, guys? I'm definitely a real human and not a AI program that ChatGPT created to make sure everyone feels secure and safe. Hands out.
Your weddings are just a week away.
Been a wild ride, but I've been riding.
Great joke, guys. Fucking hilarious.
Aww. It's giving pre-wedding.
I kept that in because I knew it made me laugh. Just her. It's giving pre-wedding. It's just when Gen Z makes all the way over to millennials and boomers and stuff. Can you imagine if grandpa was like, "It's giving old lady." It's giving World War I. That's hilarious. Come on. So we're now into episode 12. I think this is the last episode. It could be one from the last, to be honest. Because so far, I think there's only 2 couples left. Oh, there's 3 if you include the one that I completely always forget.
The other day, with the rest of the guys and the rest of the couples.
We start with Chelsea and what's Jimmy. Oh my God, I forgot his name. We didn't talk about them for over 5 minutes. I literally forgot about them. Hopefully it'll be something nice, because remember the last time they had a small little argument about how they're not the best couple, and they kissed and made up. So I think they're good now.
It's about Amy and Johnny being the strongest couple.
And I said it because we were working through something.
I'm set on not going.
Why did you propose to me? I feel like you weren't even trying to get married.
Oh, so they're not getting married either. One conversation it took. And it seems like it's still to do with the Amy and Johnny thing. The actual good couple in the show that I don't talk about. And how Jimmy was pissed off because Chelsea didn't think they were as good as them. Which they're not.
I did not expect this right now. We were just picking our songs for walking into the fucking reception. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, well, you should have known when he picked a WrestleMania song. It's probably not a wedding, dude.
Why did you treat me like you did today? We had the best day today. Why didn't you tell me then? Why did you waste my time coming here? Because you just wanted to do this?
Yes. He went on Love is Blind so he could slam dunk on a woman. He went to troll these suckers, West Side. That's exactly what happened. Jimmy came out the gates waiting to break someone's heart on the very last day. Of course that's not what happened. Stop doing this, Chelsea. Obviously it didn't work. I feel like if they got married, they would have got divorced faster than anyone else in the whole world. So it probably is a very hard pill to swallow. I'm not saying that it isn't, but did you think this was gonna last? I didn't. I thought they were gonna be the first ones to break up.
I feel like you've known you were gonna say no this entire time and you just wasted my time. Like you're so set on not going because of our one argument. I'm just...
What? If your arguments were Pokemon cards, they'd be worth 10 cents because there's so many of them. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is not a first edition Charizard. This is like, I think you fought more than I've ever seen any couple on the show. I thought this was 90 Day Fiancé the way you guys were fighting. I was like, holy shit. Is this Big Ed and Megan Fax or something? What the hell is going on?
I'm just like, that is blowing my mind.
It's not. Okay, well, you're condensing it down to one argument, but it's like 5 or 6 really big issues that...
5? It's like 700, bro. And this is all the stuff they put on camera. You know SD cards run out of memory. After you had enough fights, they're done. So, Jimmy and Chelsea might be broken up. And Jimmy basically says, hey, this is because of many issues that keep bubbling up and don't seem to be settling down. We just sort of ignore them and move on. And one thing that he's like pretty staunch about is how he told her about a private relationship he had. I still don't know which girl, by the way. I think it's the one on the right. Oh, I mean the blonde one. I was categorizing them like that. Anyway, it's private. He told her about his privates and her touching his privates, but that was private. And then she made it public, which is really bad, so...
You disrespected her, you disrespected me.
So just because I brought that up because you wanted me to...
No,
I need to interfere with that. It made me uncomfortable.
Of course, Jimmy can't get a sentence across because Chelsea needs to talk. She's feeling something, okay?
I get that you told me in confidence to protect your reputation, but it made me feel a certain type of way, so that's unfair.
That was less recent than your ex-boyfriend that you still hang out with.
Okay, so again, this is a he said, she said. I'm not there. I don't even want to go there. Maybe Jimmy is overdoing it. Maybe he's gonna meet another girl who says the same damn thing and is like, you're texting and calling a person that you slept with way too much. I don't know how you feel. I'm a grown-up. I think people can do that and then remain friends after and not do that. Some people don't think that. I think any train of thought is fine as long as you back it up and say, this is how I feel. I'm not comfortable with that. If you're not comfortable with me not being comfortable, cool, we'll find other people. But I can see it going both ways and why both people would be right or wrong.
You just continue to blur things out that I'm embarrassed of. And
yes, I did bring it up. Did I apologize for bringing it up in the way I did?
No. Yes.
Yes, I did.
I love when people ask their own questions. Did I say something I didn't mean? Maybe. But did I really love you in the moment? Hell yes, I did. But did I fuck it up? Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. Sorry, you guys had a little secret little love triangle.
Exactly. That makes me reluctant to tell you things, and that's a...
Damn, there's just 2 people, Chelsea. It's not a love triangle if it's 2 people, and it's not a secret if he told you. Both of those sentences are just completely wrong. How the hell do you have a love triangle with one person?
Keep going. What else do I do that you can't see yourself marrying me for?
All I'm saying is that night was such a big step back that I cannot fathom marrying you after that.
Damn!
You got drunk and said that I do not want to be here.
I thought Jimmy was being a complete a-hole for constantly bringing up that she was drunk. And she's like, yeah, Yeah, I was. So what? I was like ready to throw hands, but I guess she just admitted like, yeah, nope, I did that.
You throw in the towel with one issue?
It's not one issue. Oh my God.
That's marriage.
That's what the fuck is your marriage, bro? Marriage is like 5 fights. When I get married, I want to pick 5 things I hate about you. You pick 5 you hate about me. Every day we'll fight about them until one of us goes to bed, to sleep, or to hell. Really. So that's gonna be marriage. That's how I like it.
That's marriage.
That was not one issue.
Marriage is not easy.
You broke my trust to the deepest degree.
My trust. I was so.
Obviously, Chelsea's like gone off the rails here, but like end of relationship stuff, crazy. You still don't want to do this to someone. Like you want to keep your grace at the end of a relationship. Can we go back to Kenneth and Brittany and how neither of them talked over each other, neither of them fought. When they ended, they hugged it out. Now I know it seems absolutely crazy, and some people are like, Kenneth, you crazy person. In the reunion, you'll actually see like all the behind the scenes and stuff like that, and I think it's actually sweeter than what it was on camera. They are a much better example of 2 people who are willing to communicate their ideas to each other. This is what happens when a guy in this particular relationship says, I'm feeling something, and the girl, Chelsea, just screams it louder. So because she screams it louder, you need to listen to her over him, and that is a nail in the coffin in any relationship.
I was so hopeful for us.
I don't know where
Chelsea then gets up. She's wearing a turtleneck sweater with a chain, and she leaves. And just like that, we only have 2 successful couples from Love is Blind. That's right. Most of them didn't even make it to the altar. This is one of the few times where I didn't even see people get that far. The only people who did make it are AD and Clay, and Amy and that other guy who I call Macklemore. One day till Brolop.
I love that man, and he loves me too. You don't gotta pretend with me. Ain't no way! That girl is too spicy. She fucking that man, but...
Okay, so they're having their bachelorette party. AD can't believe that people wait until marriage to do things. I know, AD. Crazy. And then they have the final wedding day. Woo! I know, this is gonna be almost the end of the video because it's the final episode and these things don't seem to matter too much to me. 2 couples are at the altar. One is bound to say yes because I'm not even talking about them. The other one is AD and Clay. Do you think they'll say yes? Because they did stand the test of time. They both have parents who can see and love them and talk to them about what a healthy relationship looks like. I would say I think that they make it. AD makes crazy sounds, then laughs like a hyena when she gets there. She's very nervous and happy. It's a lovely day.
I do.
She says I do. This is gonna be Love is Blind's first, or one of their first marriages of the season.
I don't think it's responsible for me to say I do. You deserve the best, and if I'm not ready to give that 100%, I won't go there with you. Fight for me and we'll let it work.
Oh, wow. That was a shock. What? I didn't know what he was saying. I thought the whole time he was like, you deserve the best, and I am the best. I am Clay, and I am not gay. That's why I'm with A. D, I'm gonna give her the D. And yet, yes, I will say yes to this marriage. And while it seems like a big WTF moment, he pretty much explained everything that he thought of right there. And I don't blame him.
Hey, beautiful. I want to make sure we're crystal clear with what I'm about to say. Your dad and I were married for almost 24 years.
Oh, damn. Okay, so then Clay goes to his mom, and his mom gives him some solid advice, rock solid.
At the end of the day, it's what's in here. And if you're not 100% sure here, don't ever cross that line.
And so the mom is absolutely right. If you're not fully sure, even if it's the very last moment, even if it's absolutely in the moment the worst thing you could do, wouldn't you rather that than say yes and then just say, I didn't feel it and I'm sorry? Divorce rates are actually higher than marriage at this point in life, which is kind of scary. A lot of people are saying I do and then saying psych. I would rather say I do and never say psych. So I'd like to find someone who I'm sure of.
Bye.
I just don't
And we love him for you.
understand. Never enough. Like, it's never.
You're always enough. The other person is never enough.
At the very same time, I fully understand AD and how the feeling of I've put in everything for someone and I'm still not getting it feels. Because I've been there too. I haven't been in that beautiful dress and also that beautiful figure, but I'll tell you what, I felt like it. And it does feel like sometimes it's just hopeless. I have days where I am like, there is no way. There's no one for me. I can't find a damn person who I'm going to want to spend that long with. I don't know if it's me, I don't know if it's them. Am I doing something wrong? And all my friends are like, no, Leo. I mean, yeah, it's 100% your fault, but no. You rather make sure that when you do say yes, it is absolutely 100%. There is no doubt in your mind.
Because at the end of the day, eternity is forever, and if I'm gonna be something forever, I want to be locked in 100%. I looked at myself in the mirror and said, am I a husband? And the answer was no.
Okay, so he did some self-reflection. It was very late, but he did it. So I don't know who to blame in that relationship. And then he goes over and he talks to AD as well. It's not like he just leaves her there. Let me take you to another example. Cole and Zaneb, where Zaneb waited till the altar to say all these mean things and then everyone just left. And it was the most heartbreaking, horrible thing I've seen someone do to someone. This is kind of like, okay, I did something, I didn't like the way I was, and I want you to know that it's not your fault, it is me.
Irresponsible of me to say yes in this time when I'm not ready to give you 100%, and you wouldn't want that. Me saying no was not to you, AD. Like, you were a perfect girl.
And so this last scene is probably one of the more real moments in Love is Blind in all of the 6 seasons. I would say this season is a piece of shit. However, this scene is hard and sad and also real. It is 2 people looking each other in the eye saying, this is how you made me feel. I feel like crap. And another person saying, I am sorry I put you through that. I did not mean to. And it wasn't you, it was me. Because sometimes you get to a point where you're like giving everything to someone and there is nothing wrong with you. The other person just hasn't figured it out yet.
I've grown with you. Like, it's hard for me to look at myself in the mirror like, I can't be right now. I'm not a husband right now. I'm so sorry.
They end with a little kiss, so I don't know if they're getting married, not getting married. I don't really understand. Open end, maybe Love is Blind season 7, they're back. If they can find each other in the pods, they can have another shot. I don't know.
He wants to be in a long-term relationship.
I met you, tell him meet somebody like his mom.
You met me, but you wasn't good to me.
Play's dad catches a stray for no reason in the show. Like, they have a segment where she basically says, you sucked when you were married to me. And it sort of goes and shows his background as a son and a kid and how all of this stuff matters when you're walking down the aisle. All of these decisions that led up to this matter to a person's background and their future. And it's a very profound insight to how sacred marriage is and how tough it is to even get to that point. What a beautiful, holy matrimony, and also, holy shit when you say no,
I feel kind of like a sacrifice. You learned so much about yourself.
Yeah, I get that.
Used me to, do it.
Do I have to leave you?
Oh, okay, and they say, do I have to leave you? And then she says yes. She also says something that I feel like everyone has felt at some point in their lives. Like, why did you use me just to figure out yourself? And I guess that is just humanity, unfortunately. Sometimes it just be like that, y'all. And also, Amy and Johnny, wedding day, they get married. Woo!
I do.
I do.
They're a very great couple. I have nothing bad to say about them. Congratulations. They get married, they kiss, and that is the end of season 6, Love is Blind. This is the worst season. This is the worst. This is a piece of shit. I just saw more fights than I've ever seen in my life, and I don't even know what to say. I would say this is the end, because as I watched the series, I thought, okay, finally. And then I watched the reunion. Normally, I wouldn't do the reunions because I didn't think that the reunions matter. However, in this special circumstance, I think the reunion is supplementing footage that we all need to watch because there are some unanswered questions that get answered there that are beyond what we can think of. It is the next video I'm gonna do because this is a long one in itself. And God, it answers some questions. But in this season, we kind of learned that Love is Blind is really slipping in quality as a show. The contestants are kind of like American Idol after season 10. Just a bunch of what? And at the end of the day, more people are finding ways to not get married than to get married. Is that a good thing? Not as such, because they're not exactly fully there to get married. I guess what I learned from this season is a lot of people think they want to get married and don't have the emotional capacity, understanding, or depth to do so. Hey, if there's one thing I can say at the end of this, it's that you don't have to rush into things. I understand the biological clock. I understand we're getting older. That doesn't mean that you should rush into something. Yes, you might see 10 good things in someone, but if you see 3 or 4 bad things, it's not like you should ignore them. And so often, we tend to ignore them, to want to have that confirmation bias to see the good things just because we're so ready to be loved by someone. It is amazing. It is the best thing in the world to do that. But it's even better if you wait to find someone who actually truly does care about you. Because if you do something else and you find someone who doesn't, it's probably the most hurtful thing in the world. That's all I can say. Thank you so much for watching the video. Another one of these deep dives, huh? I can't believe people actually watched this, and I'm so grateful if you stayed to the end. I have some big news coming up very soon, and I hope you'll watch the next video, but what a journey this was. I'll see you next time Love is Blind is out. Take care, folks.
Down in the dirt, that's where you find me. Drown in the bed sheets till the light bleeds. Love of my life.